Hey everybody, we're officially live. This is Sunless Studio, and we're on session 12 of the Gems of Inspiration painting. I'm painting a dragon. She's in a cave with glittering gems everywhere. Just one last check really quick. Okay. So I've got my palette just about ready, but we're still kind of working on that. The camera, once again, seems like it's working just as it should. And we are joined today by Keto Squared, my husband.
How's it going, everybody?
Yes, so he's a guest voice, so it's going to be nice. We're just going to chit-chat, and it's going to be pretty fun having his company. Yeah, I'm just excited to get back into this painting. It's pretty cool having a couple days back to back to work on this. I just really enjoy it. But we are pretty sleepy tonight, to be honest with you. It's a pretty tiresome night. I mean, I've been, like I had said before, I've been on a pretty daytime schedule as of late, so late nights have been a little bit more dreary, I guess. Yeah, but tonight, as a recap from last night, I started working on the gems over here. These are a little bit more rendered out, but I do want to add some more. And then also last night I added some mountains in the back, and I thought that would kind of add some depth. We've got a bit of a landscape there now.
I like those a lot. What are you going to be working on tonight?
So tonight I'm going to be continuing on that. I think I kind of want to add some more dark and black in here.
Yeah.
I think I want to add a nice white line over here just to kind of, it's like a backlight from the moon, so it'll look kind of like a hard, sharp light there.
Gotcha. Like the glow or something like that from the moon? Or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Makes
when you look over here, you can see it's kind of outlined with white.
Right. Yeah.
And that's because the moon is backlighting the dragon. But she also has another light source, which is right here.
Gotcha. It's got some shiny on the belly, too.
Yeah, she's very shiny on the belly right here. I like to imagine that that's coming from this light source right here.
Oh, okay.
I do want to add some more crystals that look like clusters of crystals. Now, I'm not really sure exactly how to do that, but I'm going to attempt it. It's all winging it. And then I'm going to try to lead up in here. And last night I did this little gem right here.
Yeah.
This black one.
That's neat.
If you look really closely, it's got a faint rainbow hue. So the way that the light hits it, it's kind of it's got a little bit of rainbow right there. I kind of want to do that again, like a nice shiny black onyx that has some kind of a translucent sort of rainbow hue on it. So I want to see if I can do that with some more of them. Some cool black gems that have this holographic almost looking outside.
Yeah, so, kind of speckled out throughout the painting there. Yeah, it's nice.
It's fun. Yeah, so I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I just swing it.
Yeah.
But it seems like it works out okay. I think I want to use the same brush as last night. I'm getting kind of picky with these brushes here. This one served me well, so I think that's what I will do. Alrighty. Okay, so what should I start with? I think I'll probably go with the easiest part, which is just kind of outlining, just to get a little start on the painting. I mean, I need to kind of get back into the groove of it, so usually I just pick the easiest thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like a warm-up.
Yeah, a bit of a warm-up. That way, kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. The rest of the painting, I can just kind of cruise along. It's just a matter of getting into that flow state, and it's not super easy to do.
No, definitely not.
You don't want to jump into the most challenging things. I probably want to delete that, actually.
I never really thought about like the steps, you know, it takes to get into the flow state. I'm not very good at getting into it. It just happens, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, you just kind of have to like warm up usually. It's like when I'm playing like a game like Tetris Attack, as you know, I'm like super obsessed with that game. But like when I play that game, I need to get into like the warm up. Like I have to get past the warm up stage to get into the flow state where I'm like able to just do it practically effortlessly. Like just without even thinking about it.
That makes sense. Yeah, you kind of have to warm up your brain and everything like that.
Yeah.
Your muscle memory, all of that kind of stuff. Just kind of, yeah, I get you. That makes sense.
Definitely.
Like you can't just jump straight into being in the flow state. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. I mean.
Oh, there we go. Got to change over to the.
Oh, we got a new theme. Hey, celestial theme.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Illuminating Luna.
Thank you, Illuminating Luna. Thank you. We are joined by your brother.
Yeah.
Here.
Trying some new things out, you know. Gotta make my way to fame somehow, so.
He's trying to become famous. You
No.
want to become famous? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
And there's the
I
box.
would, you know, I've thought about that before. I would hate being famous.
I don't think that it's really. You wouldn't even get famous off of the art thing. All right, let's check this out. Hey, Not Crave, thank you so much. Just wanted to say you're wonderful, and so is your art. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, Not Crave. I appreciate you. You're the best.
Yeah.
Thank you for dropping by and for your
Absolutely.
kind words. That means a lot to me. I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna like get famous off of like the art thing, right? Like,
No,
it's
like
not gonna happen.
Yeah, no, like I was saying though, like I was thinking about, like, would I even enjoy being famous, you know? And I don't think I like being in the spotlight or the limelight enough to want to be famous. I don't know, that's just me. Like,
Right.
it's a lot. Like if you get to the point where, no, if you're just like somewhat, I think once you hit the fame section of it, like once you're actually famous, right?
Yeah.
That means to me, at least, that you can't like go outside without maybe having somebody take a picture of you.
Oh yeah.
Autograph sign.
Paparazzi and stuff.
Not like, yeah, not like
well known.
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, exactly. Like I think a lot of YouTubers, they can totally get away with like going out in public and not being bothered too much unless they're like, you know, PewDiePie or something like that. But you know,
true.
but like, you know, like when we watch Brutal Moose, like, you know, wow, he's actually pretty recognizable actually, but like for the most part, your average Joe's not gonna know who Brutal Moose is unless you're a gamer and you're into his videos and his content. Like, yeah, he's got a lot of viewers and stuff like that, but not enough to make him like, for example, Zac Efron. Like he's been in the news, right? Like he can't do anything without like being in the spotlight. That would drive me nuts.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I wonder though, like someone like Brutal Moose probably does kind of get a lot though, like he called some like pizza place or something like that, and they were able to recognize his voice or something.
That's crazy.
I can't remember.
Think about like, I think our circle, right? There's a lot of people that play video games and are into that kind of stuff. So we think like everybody would know Brutal Moose. But I think like if you talk about the average Joe, like when I go to work and I talk to people, if I asked a group of 100 people at my job if they know who Brutal Moose is and if they could identify him, most of them can't. Yeah, like I would say it's almost a good chance that most of them say I don't know who that is. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
so I think that's the thing. Like that's a level of like being known that I think I could handle. But anything more than that, it's just invasive.
For sure. It would be pretty invasive. Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that too much with like doing the art thing, especially since like like showing our faces on the camera.
No,
So
yeah.
nobody's gonna be able to really recognize us.
Yeah. Illuminating Luna. I actually
Stepping on the
don't
tripod.
know who that is, and I would say I'm in that niche. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, you're totally somebody who would probably watch some of his content. Actually, on his
For
stream
sure.
the other day, he was playing with his cat and all kinds of stuff, and he's pretty chill, and he just sits there and plays different video games, and
Yeah.
you know.
You know, something that I found really interesting is that, like, so while I was working at the casino nearby, it was so odd. I had a coworker who was asking about my art. And she was really nice and everything like that. She was really, like, she just was interested to know. And so I showed my coworkers, like, what I had worked on in the past. And, she came back with me, like, with something kind of interesting. She came back, like, the next day after I showed her my art, and she had shown her friend my art page, like, my DeviantArt, and then her friend was like, oh yeah, I've seen her art. I'm like, what? It was weird. I was like, wow, this kind of feels like a tangible thing now, like I can actually maybe reach people.
Yeah.
It felt kind of like, I don't know if she was BSing, but she's not one to BS. Since I had met her, she's just not like that. She hasn't had a reputation to be that way, so.
No, I'm sure it probably happened. There's no reason to make that up, and
Yeah, there's no incentive to make something like that up, and it's like, you know, I don't expect something like that. I don't expect people to say that they know, like, anything about my art, you know?
yeah.
It's weird. It was a really weird thing. I was like, I guess because I had made, like, maybe so much fan art and my fan art got around, I don't actually know. I just stepped on the tripod, but
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of orders going out at one point. Like, you were definitely, and the items that you had in your shop were, a lot of them were smaller items that you would sell in larger quantities, and I think that makes it easier for them to get around and get to other people. And you even mentioned, like, you know, there would be times where somebody would order, and then you'd have multiple other people order just from the word of mouth. I think a lot of times, like, we don't realize or we don't remember that word of mouth, person-to-person word of mouth, still has a huge influence on online business. And, you know, so you would have people that would basically tell their friend that lived, you know, 2 houses down, and now you're sending an order out to an address that's just down the block from somebody else that you just sold to. And it's interesting how it spreads like that.
oh yeah, for sure. But on your like, something interesting though about that is that was before I started actually shipping stuff on Etsy. Besides, like, my lanyards, I never made any keychains at that time, and so, like, all of my little orders and things like that, like when I actually got busy for my shop, it was well after. That was, like, I would say, I started actually doing the keychains after I quit that job. So it's crazy to me because it had to have just been from around DeviantArt, like something like that. Like, my artwork had to have been shared around, basically, I think, for that to have happened at all, unless they misremembered and they told her that, hey, I recognize that. Who knows? But I just thought
It just feels cool.
it felt cool.
Yeah.
It felt cool. Who even really knows if it had any kind of, yeah, like, anything, like, if it was legitimate or not, but it did feel cool. It felt pretty neat.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say so. I think I'm going to start working on some gem clusters. Now, fair warning, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try. So, yeah, we're just gonna do some, like, really, maybe make that lighter. Probably make that a bit lighter. Maybe add a little bit of cyan. Just kind of start, like, make it lighter, and then we're going to start kind of like just focusing on the shape of like the way that they just like kind of splay out. Just kind of frame it nicely like that.
What are you doing there?
So I'm going to be making some crystals that kind of like are really long crystals that just kind of like shards out like that. So I'm gonna see how that's gonna work out. You ever see those like clusters of crystals?
Yeah, you mean like those tighter groups of crystals, the little small ones that are kind of jagged and all together. Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I mean, not in real life, not outside of like a store, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I've never gone into like a cave and seen it. Is that what you're talking about, or?
I mean, yeah, like you can probably see some stuff like that. You can see like groups of them in caves, yeah.
Have you seen them in a cave, or?
I have found some myself. That I used to have. I don't know if I still have. I found some that were brown crystals that did that. And you can also find them just grouped together like that. They just do that naturally. You can find amethyst. If you look up pictures of amethyst, they do that. And you can see them, like, if you can excavate them. And sometimes they just do that naturally in, like, bodies of water and stuff like that that have been sitting there in caves.
Mm.
They
Interesting.
have pictures on the interwebs. Oops, I keep stepping on the tripod, you guys. I'm sorry. I think that it would be cool to just kind of add some of them. Just kind of around. And just kind of make it look a little bit more lively with different shapes and varying size crystals. I kind of want to add some like veins, like mineral veins and things like that in here too. Alrighty, that's cool. I kind of want to do, maybe I should just bury that down there. I don't know what I want to do with that. Maybe I do want that kind of gradient out into like black. Let's see what we want to do with that. Did anybody watch the Nintendo Directs? I didn't watch any of it, but I did watch the Animal Crossing portion. Like, I didn't watch the whole Direct itself. I just watched the Animal Crossing videos that they had for the updates. And I'm actually super, super hyped. I really feel like that's gonna be a topic I'm gonna want to bring up from time to time tonight, because oh my gosh, it was crazy. Keto squared has been throwing in the pecos.
Can't help it. I still like to play with the bird. What are they called? I guess pop-ups or whatever.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I really like doing the rewards. It's really fun. Yeah, we're just kind of painting and chilling tonight. It's gonna be probably a pretty quiet night, I do imagine. I imagine it's gonna be pretty quiet, which is nice. I mean, I kind of need a chill night, but if it gets popping, I'll wake up. Don't worry. Alrighty. So, how do I want to handle this? I think I want to add some more crystals over here that kind of come out, but I don't know what color I want to do those. Let me think.
Which ones?
On this side. I think I want to add some over here.
Yeah, I would. I don't know what colors. I thought you already picked the colors. By having the, you know, like the red and the green over there.
Yeah, you would think that I have. These are going to be embedded as well as these. Do you like gushers? These remind me of gushers.
Those gems in particular are extremely satisfying because they look like
Delicious.
to Gushers or some sort of candy. Honestly, like I think that's
Rocks
one of
I
my
could
favorite parts of the painting are those candies, or I'm sorry, those crystals over there.
The candy.
Yeah. No, they do. They look like they're filled with succulent juices.
Mmm.
Or they can look
Gushers.
like shiny gems too, which is also very appealing. But to the senses, they are extremely appealing. Whether you think they're chewy, gooey candy or actually gems, they're
Chewy,
very
gooey candy.
Yeah, I like the pop out ones for sure. I haven't had a gusher in a while.
Gushers.
Gushers are all right. You know, they're not as satisfying as you would hope they'd be. Like, especially when you watch the commercial and they're just pumping juice. You know, those things are just oozing. Yeah.
And they look perfect too.
People
They don't
are just-
actually look all like.
Yeah, people are just getting showered in the gusher juice, and then when you get a pack, they're always just completely stuck together in this one big
completely.
pancake.
Oh,
And
that's so funny.
the juice has kind of stuck them all together, so they're all gooey, but they're kind of empty or void of. It's just like mozzarella sticks that you put. They're always empty. You know, you put them in the microwave, you throw them in the oven. It never fails. They can't get the juiciness that they want in these commercials. The boxes just always oversell the juicy cheeses. I mean, it's got to be a science thing.
Why do they lie?
There's got to be a way to put cheese in my mozzarella stick. That's all I'm saying.
It's just like
the restaurants do
all
it. When you deep fry them, they do it. Like,
Yeah.
you go to a restaurant, they're cheesy.
A real one, like a real restaurant that sells real food. That's not like giving you the crappy boxed.
I feel like so much of those snacks were way better as a kid, but now they suck. I totally agree with you. Like,
Oh my gosh!
I don't
yes.
know if you were able to like have the luxury of experiencing this illuminating Luna, but when I know Ariel probably, Sunlaw probably remembers, but I remember growing up that they had these colorful French fries and colorful ketchups and mustards, and I loved them, but then they just like mysteriously disappeared off the market. So
Dude,
I don't know if they
right.
killed people or what, but like they were like neon blue. It was probably like in the, I'm sure it was in the early 2000s. And they were like these colorful food items, and they just stopped making them. And I always wondered, they were good, you know, but I always wondered like, why did they just kind of pull them off the shelves out of nowhere, you know, like, I don't know.
Illuminating Luna. She says you can just say her name. She doesn't mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, the wires start frying in my head when I gotta start doing usernames and stuff.
Well, the thing is I was the one that said that we gotta do usernames, and it's because a lot of people don't really want their names out there. So I did say that we're just doing usernames, but that's okay. I mean, yeah, you can.
Wait, what's a cosmic brownie?
You never had those? Oh, they're weird. They're
Okay.
not real brownies. They're these like
The cosmic
mushy brownies that have
Why?
the fake icing on them with the terrible, colorful rainbow sprinkles.
Oh
on top.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are they're definitely not brownies.
I like them, but they're
Yeah.
not brownies.
Yeah.
I like them, but they are
Look it up, you
weird.
recognize it. Yeah, I've eaten plenty of them, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
now that I'm painting the picture in my head, I
Painting the picture.
had my fair share of colorful French fries, different green and orange colored mustards and ketchups, as well as the cosmic brownie of history.
Cosmic query.
Yeah, tonight on Cosmic Brownie.
That was a really stupid one.
A new Neil deGrasse Tyson special.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
They're definitely not brownies, though. I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
like for sure. They're not like. That's true.
People already associate your name with the username. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, not all of us are on the run.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but, yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, and for me though, like, I don't know, I prefer to use Sunla. So, that's because, I mean, it's not a secret that my name's out there. It's on my shop. It's on pretty much anywhere that you look where my name needs to
Luna.
be.
Yeah, Luna's nice and simple. I like that. I could do Luna.
Luna's awesome, yeah.
That's like, to me, it's like just keto. Keto squared it's a bit much.
Keto squared. Keto. I just call you husband.
Right. And Space Daddy calls me husbando.
Husbando. It's husbando. Yeah, well, that's it's pretty funny. I mean, you know, you're known here now. I did put a nice little welcome, little Sunla says it, in the corner. She goes through the announcements. I don't know who all reads them, the announcements that are rolling, but I figure it's a good way to talk without me talking, or you could just listen to me, or you could read. It's extremely small on your phone, probably, unless you blow it up to full screen.
Yeah, it depends. I was just gonna say, it depends if I'm watching on my phone or if I'm watching on like my laptop, because I can't see it on my phone.
Yeah, I don't expect everyone to be able to see it the way that they're viewing, but it's an alternative way. So say if you want to turn it down and you don't really much want to listen, or like you want it kind of low, and you're really just chilling, you got it on the TV or something, and you just kind of want to read what's scrolling on the thing, I think it's good for that.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. No, I love the little sunlight. It's adorable.
I feel like it's good for anybody who might be hard of hearing, just in case.
Yeah.
And
Very
you know,
accessible live stream.
I just want it to be, you know, just
Accessible.
multiple format.
Yeah, accessible and different places that you can look to and see and.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, reading the announcements. Now I'm watching you paint, and I'm over here in the chat. Gives you a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
fun. Now I'm pressing the Techo thing, and I'm spending all my points, even though I'm trying to save up.
Yeah.
I've on a roll though. I'm at 3,000. I could have been at like 6 million by now, but I think I've used Brewster a couple too many times.
Oh, that's so funny. I do like the, how are you?
Yeah, it takes me a long time to get out of the 1,000 range because I just keep spending.
Yay!
Oh, there you go.
Luna's Techo.
It's gonna do it for me, so I don't have to spend all my cash.
Well, the good news is that the fun little Halloween ones, those ones are going to be pretty low in the point range, so you don't really have to save too much to
Us lower
use
income
them.
folks, we can still participate.
Stop it. Stop. Oh my gosh, you're ridiculous.
I wish money was like these points work. You just kind of sit there and watch your favorite stream or YouTube channel, and they just pay you.
Yeah, right.
I want that life.
Let's
get it going.
Existing. The existence.
Make it happen. 2022 is a new year. I don't want to go to work anymore. Let's do it. I wanna get paid
UBI is coming.
whatever you want to call it, as long as I can sit here on my Tuffet and watch YouTube videos
Tuffet!
and eat what I want. And get paid to do it. That's all.
On his Tuffet. That's funny.
We're not quite there yet because we still need to get to the point where goods can be manufactured without labor, and without that, the whole thing doesn't work, because you can pay people to not work, but if there's no goods, then it's all disaster. So one of these days, I'm thinking, give it another 15 years, we'll start seeing things like that pop up. They already said there's talks about having the child tax credit that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
They're looking to expand it out to 2025
Ah.
and have it keep
interesting.
going. Which is interesting, you know, it's a little bit extra, and, you know, it's something you'd already be getting. I really do like it better dished out throughout the year.
Right, okay.
There's just something nice about getting that source of income instead of getting this lump sum, which you either, for me at least, I either just save it all and don't apply it towards, like, you know, anything that I actually need. Like, you know, whatever we need, you know?
Right, right.
Whereas with the small amount every so often, you can kind of put it towards bills, and it just alleviates a little bit more stress.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta start my video game streaming career or something. I'm saying, I mean, there's gotta be a way. We have this, there's this gentleman that walks around the neighborhood, And when I say the neighborhood, I mean like a good portion of the neighborhood. I mean, this guy, he gets around and he does it all the time. Like, you can go outside any time of the day and there's always this guy. He's not old. He's like in his 30s or 40s and he's just walking around. And I always was talking to Sunlaw about it on the walk the other day. I'm like, how do you get to that spot where you don't have any responsibility other than walking around? Like, I just...
Yeah, he's always got a little bit of liquor in his veins too.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. It's the
around.
continuous beer. I'd be worried about going to jail for an open container.
Something's, feeding his strange habits, and I don't think it's very,
No, it's not something I'm striving for. I just
not
think it's interesting.
striving for that. But, he's living his life and walking in the street.
Someone's got to keep me in check so we don't live in a tent.
Yeah, let's
If
not
it was
do
up to me.
No.
No, I'm just joking.
No, he's not about that. I mean, we enjoy being in a tent though, and we should be doing our camping again sometime.
I know, we gotta go camping soon. It's been too long.
We will, I'm sure. No doubt. It will be fun. I was thinking of doing some like little gold veins in here. Did I ever show you what my plans are?
No, I haven't seen the schematics.
The schematics. Alright, I got something kind of interesting to show. Check this out. So, I was thinking I can kind of line where I want the gold veins to be, and then I can use this holographic paper. It looks really messed up. It looks kind of tousled up right now, but it's holographic and it's super shiny, and it doesn't need to be in one solid piece though. You can see it's been kind of used in blotchy places, but essentially how you use it is you press it onto something that has some tack, and you continuously pick it up and then release it over and over and over until you've filled in the tacky line that you drew in. So I can just kind of put that in the painting, just gold veins, wherever I need them. So that'll be fun. I was thinking that's what I'm going to do. Use some of this. And if that's dried up, I'd have to stop. It's fine. Yeah, it's exciting. I'm pretty excited about it. Just kind of add a little dimension to the painting. Kind of wondering what, do I want those to be kind of silvery? I don't think I do. Let me just try and picture what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say if they're gonna fit. I don't really trust my own judgment, so I always try to stay in my lane, but
If what's going to fit?
the silveriness that you were just talking about or whatever, the grayness. You were talking about, like, I don't know if the gray or the silver is gonna work or something like that.
Oh, we're talking about the crystals. I think I'm going to try and make these guys clear up here. I'm gonna try and make them
that's what I was talking about.
ordinary crystals. Super ordinary. Super regular. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna try and wing it like I always do. You know how I be.
So how do you make something clear? That's the real question.
This?
Yeah.
Lots of white outlines. Try and picture what's behind it. So try to make it translucent. If there's a lot of dark behind it, then you're gonna want to use a lot of dark in it. And then anywhere where there's a source of light coming toward it, on the surface that has a lot of, that's going to catch a lot of that light, it's going to reflect it, so it's going to look kind of pretty solid white. But any of the areas where it's going to pass through, where you think that the light's just not really going to bounce off of it, it's just going to be really dark. or look like whatever is behind it. So right now I'm just trying to picture it in my mind, like how it's gonna look. And just hope for the best, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to do it or how to even start thinking about where the light's going to be shining on it, but I definitely know what you're talking about.
Good, okay. It's challenging to explain for me because a lot of this stuff I just do on autopilot in my head anyway. You know, like it's pretty difficult to explain, but that's okay. So how about some hand cam action? I'm thinking let's do some hand cam. Who wants hand cam?
Hand banana.
Hand banana. Okay. So we can raise this up. Let's go ahead and go start server. Start server. And then we start this. And then I'm gonna try and have this at just an angle where we can get a good view. If I can slide this. If I can slide this over to the side just a bit. And tighten it. And then move this part up. And we can hoist it up. And then potentially get a better angle. Now this like bendy arm, it's so difficult to maneuver. So a lot of this is like, it's really just kind of messing around with the setup. It might even get in the way of the regular camera, which isn't ideal, but it's what I have to work with. So
a very small amount.
A very small amount. Well, I'm still gonna try to. I think I'm gonna try to. And it looks like this is getting in the way of this too. It's pretty crazy. I can't even. I'll try to set it up like that. Yeah, it's a small amount, but it's enough to actually probably be a little bit of a problem, and the reason for that is the time lapse. I'm trying
Does all this stuff bend? Like, does this bend?
The arm bends, but it takes tremendous force. Do you want to try?
Yeah, where do you want
I have to keep it stabilized.
Where do you want it? What are you trying to bend?
It's okay, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright. Alrighty. Let's try that. Good.
There you go.
Good. Did we get it?
It looks pretty good to me as far as
now it's
not
gonna be
anything in the way.
Yeah, now it's gonna be kind of sideways, but at least you'll have a good view. So at least there's that. You do have to be really forceful with the arm, and the problem is the more you bend it, the more weird it gets in shape, and like the less usable it becomes in the future. If that makes any kind of sense. It's not really the best thing. I mean, I think that it was important. Like, I feel like it was a good purchase for what it is, but I feel like it's just not perfect for, you know, for what I'm trying to do with it. It's just not super perfect. Because I think it's more for, like, if you want to watch, like TV on your phone or, like, YouTube on your phone at your bedside. Keto. Your video game streaming career. I know that you put that a long time ago. I'm gonna take this bit.
Yeah, I have my phone, so it's all good.
Okay, good. Yeah, I want to be able to see.
What's going on, Q?
Gimme loves Robin. Hello. Hello, hello. And welcome back. With the arm there, it's actually really, really difficult. Don't, I tightened it a little bit more so it shouldn't fall, but it's good to see that. Okay, yay! Keto is here and Gammy Loves Robin is here. Hello, hello. It's Friday night, so I know you can't linger for too long, but it's really nice that you could make it in. Tonight I'm working on the gems and the crystals and all that fun little stuff. I'm just gonna try to, you know, just paint and just, I don't know. I don't really know exactly entirely what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of winging it, as you know how I do. Okay. So how's your evening going?
How was softball?
They didn't have it today, which is a good thing because my legs still hurt. So they have to have at least 4 women on the team, and yeah. So like if there's 5 men, they have to have at least 4 women because it's a softball league and it's co-ed, so they require that, or and the other way around too, right? Like if you don't have enough men, you can't play either, right? So you have to have enough of females and males mixed up to play the game. So today we didn't have enough people to play, so they didn't have it. And the other thing is too, some of the games I didn't realize are later at night. So like tonight's game would have been at 8:40 and at 9:40. I would have went to it, but you know, between that and my legs hurting, I just thought,
Right?
I can't wait to see what you do with the crystals. I know we were talking earlier about the left-hand side, like those crystals that pop out. They look like little gummies or gushers, like Candy Crush action or something.
Oh yeah, I was saying that these don't they remind you of here, if I move this arm out of the way a little bit, you might be able to see it better. But don't these remind you of like gushers or something? Like they remind me of gushers, and I'm the one that painted them, so it's okay if you say that they do. I won't be offended. Like, but it's just so funny, you know? It's hilarious. They totally look like gushers. There we are. I'm just gonna darken that up a little bit. And darken this up a bit too. And get a little crazy with the brush. Totally. Yeah. Poor Keto and his legs aren't doing so good. I'm kind of worried about like tendinitis maybe, but we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be too surprising.
He really pushes himself a lot with working out and stuff. I mean, it's good, but you know,
Yeah,
stuff happens.
Yeah, it's a frustrating like balance because you get to a point where like you don't really feel like you're going extremely hard. You know what I mean? And now if you but the weights that you're lifting have gone up and the strain on your body is more intense, but you feel like, you know, these like you've seen I'll pick up like, you know, the dumbbells and the 50s, and it seems like it's not that big of a deal, but the strain is still there. And so, you know, what happened for me is it's like going into leg day after not working on my legs for a really long time. I think my overall fitness level kind of surpassed the max limit that my legs had when it came to doing anything like that. And so when I thought I was going in there and having an easy workout, I was probably pushing my legs way too far. On top of that, adding all this bike riding that I've been trying to do lately and trying to play softball for some reason, and you know, it's just too much. You know, my body's like, dude, we never did this before. We don't do sports. Like, so it's just new.
Totally.
But it is what it is. I mean, I enjoy it personally. You know, I definitely can see how other people might not enjoy it, right? Like, it totally makes sense to me, but it works for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he does push himself pretty hard, and, you know, the body has its limits, so, you know, that kind of stuff happens, but you take it as it comes. Roll with the punches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I definitely feel like there's times where I think I could push myself a lot harder, so it's just a tough balance.
Yeah, like you said, it is. Yeah, it is a tough balance. For sure. We got some little crystals up here in the corner. They're not done yet. I'm still working on them, but they're looking a little bit more like the way that I want them to. Just a bit.
Yeah, I like them.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I had this outpouring of support yesterday by Smokin' Ace 711. And that was really, really nice of him. So we have a lot of subscribers now. All of those people are going to be featured in the time lapse of this painting. All of those names will be in the credits. So it's kind of a stroke of luck sort of thing. I might end up coloring the names different depending on if they're like, you know, somebody's paid self-sub or somebody's gifted sub. Do you think that that sounds like something that I should do? Or do you think they should be indistinguished?
I mean, you know, I don't know if the chat has anything different, but, you know, I think sometimes it maybe could just go based on, like, I think every subscriber, whether they were gifted a subscription or whether they purchased a subscription, should have the same color as all subscribers. But maybe for somebody who makes a large contribution like Space Daddy, you know, putting him, you know, maybe in a different font for that, you know, just for that month. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with something like that, but I wouldn't take anything away from subscribers who were gifted a sub.
Oh no, I definitely wouldn't take anything away. That's for dang sure.
Like when you look at how they do patrons and on YouTube videos and stuff, yeah.
But you can't gift a Patreon place.
No, yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
Because I do want to feature all of the names, and that's definitely not a question of whether or not I will do that.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that I will most certainly do, but I'm kind of thinking, like, for the people who did actually go out of their way and pay their own money, should they be in a special color in the credit roll of the time-lapse video? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I might have said, did I say Space Daddy before? I meant Smokin' Ace, by the way, just because.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, good. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think that, you know, you could probably just have one color, honestly. I mean, if you want to make a different colors, I think you could maybe do it for, like I said, certain people for certain reasons.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I'll have to take that into account.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
It is, yeah, it's definitely something I don't even know, like, yeah, I don't even know.
How do I get more multipliers? I feel like I deserve more coin.
You deserve more coin.
I feel like other people have the secret to getting all these coin.
All these coin. All these gosh darn coin.
Yeah.
The sunlight rays?
Yeah, I'm only getting 1.2 multipliers. Is that the max I can get?
I don't really actually know how that works. I just sit there and collect them and...
Yeah, I got an extra... I think I get extra because I'm a subscriber. I'm not sure how it works either, actually.
Oh, maybe.
I'm just trying to optimize my tokens here.
Maybe. That makes a lot of sense. If you are a subscriber, that would make sense if you get the multiplier.
Yeah, I get a boost.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Like, there's still a lot about Twitch that I am still learning that I'm still not like super familiar with. It's always good to learn that kind of stuff though.
Yeah. It's a new platform.
Oh, I hear my daughter. She's calling for me. I'll have to be right back, you guys. Think I should roll our break?
Yeah, we can. It's almost 11.
It's almost 11, so yeah, I think that's probably not a bad idea. I think I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna put the paintbrush into the water, and we'll take a quick break. I gotta go answer my daughter. I'll be right back, you guys. 5 minutes. and we are back. So let me just. Okay, music is good and ready and awesome. Okay, so we got everything taken care of that we need to. Just checking on the daughter. She's doing good. She woke up because she's up because she took a really early nap. I don't know. It was supposed to be going to bed, but she went to bed so early this time that she just kind of woke up.
Yeah.
All groggy, real close to streaming. So she's really sleepy, but she's doing good.
Oh yeah, she's just out there hanging out.
Yeah. She's probably about ready to go back to sleep, I hope. I mean...
Space Daddy is...
Space Daddy Gangsta! Yes, hello, welcome. Space Daddy Gangsta.
How's it going?
Hi. Hello. We're working on the little crystals and things in this cave. How is husbando tonight?
How's his bondo? Oh,
yeah,
I'm good.
you. How are you?
How are you, Space Daddy?
And how's Space Daddy Gangsta?
Yeah, I like the hand cam. I like the way you have it set up.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, I think having both of them going is cool. It just gives you another thing to check out. I mean, that's just me.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you like it. I was like really trying to capture the really good stuff about like when I started streaming. There were certain things that had some charm to them, like when I had the camera strapped to my head and I got those special camera angles. It was kind of lost when I got the single camera centered in the middle view. But now I feel like at least I have a little something on the side that I can use so that other people can see little details and kind of close-up shots.
I'm good. Just packing and such because I leave for Cancun next week. I'm going to be so
Oh my God.
darn drunk.
You're going to Cancun? What?
Wow. Out of nowhere. Like, have you had it
Cancun?
planned or?
What's this? That's cool. Going to Cancun over there. What?
Kimmy loves Robin. I think it's cool that it's at a different anglery. Yeah, yeah, it is definitely different anglery.
Anglery.
No, I agree though. It is nice to be able to get that different perspective and actually see the fine details go on. Because sometimes from further back you can see what's going on, but you can't see the little lines going in and everything like that.
It's for my sister's wedding. I'll be there for a week. Unlimited drinks and food.
Wow.
What? Well, that's awesome. Your sister's wedding, huh?
That is awesome.
That's an exciting time.
Unlimited drinks and food. Oh man, just thinking about that makes me hungry.
So do you DJ that event? I'm betting that that's what you're gonna do.
Ooh, yeah.
Right?
There you go.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. I'll be doing ziplining through caves, fishing, and not remembering anything because of margaritas.
Well, there you go.
Zipline? Dude, that's cool.
Absolutely.
That is so
and
cool.
Fishing. What kind of fish would you catch? What would you go for in Cancun? I probably should know that information, I guess, but I don't, yeah.
I mean, we've never been, so at least we have, like, that. We have an ignorance pass. We're allowed to not know.
Yeah. I will not. I can enjoy a wedding without working. Well, that's good.
Good, thank God.
That's definitely important too.
Thank God. That's cool. Okay, yeah, you deserve to just enjoy, like, a wedding without having to deal with DJing and stuff. Like, holy crap.
Kingfish, mahi-mahi, and some random stuff. Whatever I can catch. Hey, if you can catch some kingfish or some mahi-mahi, I think that's a good That's a good time.
Catch some for us.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and ship those over too. You just freeze them, you know, and just you can make all that stuff, right? I don't know.
Wait, don't tempt him. He's actually really nice, and he might do it. Don't.
Oh, yeah,
don't do it. Like, don't actually. We're joking.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Daddy. We're joking.
I
forgot.
Really good deal on a hotel room. It's a top suite with an ocean view and an infinity. I mean, what more do you want?
Dude,
that's a great vacation.
That's
Jeez,
wonderful.
That is great.
Well, that's exciting. I'm so happy that you're doing that. I'm excited for you, and I'm excited for your sister.
Yeah, my
and your sister's husbando, or yeah.
One of my buddies, he went fishing out in New York for salmon, and they caught a really big sized salmon. And I don't know. See, I'm skeptical. I don't know if like they actually caught the salmon and let it back, or what happened, because I never actually got to see. Like, I told him, like, oh, when you fillet it up and everything, send it to me. And I never got anything. And I followed up, and oh, we haven't cut it up yet. And I'm like, what? Why not? You know, like, so I was so interested to see. But regardless, he was holding this big salmon. It's amazing how big these fish get sometimes. And they're coming out of the water and going up waterfalls and stuff. It's crazy. It
Wait,
really is.
they never like cut it up and showed you that? Or?
No, yeah, they said
What?
they hadn't gotten to it yet.
What is that supposed to mean?
I wouldn't have gotten off of the lake without.
No, yeah, like.
No, I might have gotten home with it, but still.
I mean, but like, for real though. Wow. Let's get some color in here.
It's even more interesting because I'm bringing my best friend, so we're gonna be absolutely gone. Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
Salmon here are hard sometimes. There's a lot of bass and walleye. I love fishing. Yes, we've just started getting into it. We just started getting into fishing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We got our license not that long ago, a couple months ago, and then we went actually fishing, and we caught a whole bunch of little BBs, like
yeah, we got
fishies.
the little fishes.
Yeah, little fish.
The fishes, but we're doing all right though. We do okay. I mean, you know, we're just learning still.
We're pretty much just learning still.
You go fishing twice a week. Oh, that's awesome. So you have a spot close by to you then, I imagine.
Yeah, you guys probably.
It's New York, right? I'd imagine.
Awesome.
So, yeah, there's definitely lakes and stuff like that. I think people they don't realize too with New York, like, you know, everybody knows about Manhattan and the big city, but there's so much of New York State that is wildlife and, you know, woods and forests.
You were telling me about that a lot actually before.
The Adirondacks.
Wow.
All that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Really neat. I live right on Lake Ontario. Yeah, well, that'll do it. I fish all the time too. That's awesome.
I see.
Yeah.
That makes
It's cold.
sense.
It's cold when you're that close to the lake, though, in the wintertime. I bet you winter is something else.
Yeah, for sure.
So cold. Yeah, I bet. You go skating on the ice fishing or anything like that? I mean, I imagine there's all kinds of stuff you can do out there. That's, it gets so cold though. Like when you live close to any of those Great Lakes or any of that, I mean, it's...
Oh yeah, you were talking about that just the other day too. You were saying, what were you saying about like someone living by a lake and like it being even more cold there because just being next to the body of water that's frozen is just so much more cold?
Yeah, I don't remember what we were talking about. I know that we have a lot of people at the company I work for right now that are hiring people closer to some of the Great Lakes, and I think maybe the conversation came out from that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's totally what it was. That makes a lot of sense.
Ice fishing is super fun. It's just an all-day activity. So that's really interesting. So, I mean, is that something where you're going to, you know, you're basically going to cut your hole in the ice, and then once you do that, is that basically your fishing spot for the day then? Or do you, you know, if you're not getting any bites after a certain period of time, do you go somewhere else? Or
yeah, that's
how does that work? Because I'm sure it's a lot of work to dig a hole into, maybe not, maybe it's not as much, just take an auger or something like that. I don't know what I'm talking about, an auger. I don't even know if that's what it does. I've heard people say that before, so that's what I'm going for.
Oh, okay.
An auger? I think it's what it's called.
I don't really know. I do know that my stepdad, He talked about ice fishing. He was doing that for a while
Really?
in Minnesota, yeah. He was doing ice fishing.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Right?
Yeah. I'd love to like get to the point where I'm decent at fishing for sure.
That would be really cool. We're gonna get better. With practice, we're gonna get better. We're determined and we love to eat fish so much. We have like, we're gonna get good at it. I think we are. So I'm gonna kind of tint these blue and then I'm gonna add some more color to it. We're gonna add more layers, dimension to it. It'll be good. Really quick stroke. Yeah. Sorry I'm so quiet, you guys.
I'm just learning how to go ice fishing here. Space Daddy is informing me of the process.
Oh!
My friend brought me, and yeah, you go out to a spot with good depth, and he's got a circular measure that cuts the hole. Okay, so it's a circular measure. Circular measure.
Circular measure.
Okay, well, yeah. And then he sets up a tent that's heated about 8 by 8, and we sit there on stools and just put the poles into the hole and wait. Oh, okay, very cool. It's a very patient thing, but the fish are super fresh and normally really good to eat. That is awesome.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cool, actually.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, I have trouble with the cold.
Yeah, the cold would
But-
actually be the really hard thing to overcome.
I think I could do it if I was gonna go fishing. I mean, I don't know. Sitting there all day is tough.
The bitter cold, though.
Yeah. Well, he's mentioning that the tent is heated, so
Okay.
I don't know if they have maybe some sort of heating device in there or something. I think that could make a huge impact for sure.
Make a difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The liquor balances out the cold. Well, yeah, seems to be a common theme. That's funny though. Ah, the heated tents are so cool. I didn't know they made such a thing. That's awesome. Heated tent. Did you know that?
Heated tent.
Yeah.
I heard that and I was just like, what?
I've never heard that before. That's awesome.
We don't know these things because we're zoning.
I mean, even back when I was in PA, I don't remember.
Liquor balancing out the cold. I wanted to laugh at that one. That was pretty funny.
Right? I know.
If you look up ice fishing heated tents, they're not that expensive. Thermal hubs is what they're called. Is what Space Daddy Gangsta thinks
All right,
they're called.
thermal hubs.
Thermal hubs.
Let's see if we can look this up here.
On the fly.
Buying one right now. No, I'm just
Learning.
kidding.
I know, right? As if we need it here and...
Hey, the winters are cold, too cold to sleep at night out here for us, I think. It's like 30 degrees. Might get a thermal hub.
Oh my gosh. Like...
Oh.
Like as if it's actually really cold out here.
It's
It
not,
gets
I
cold to us, but like we're pansies with the cold because we're not.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, what? Insulated the Vortex thermal hub? Look at these things.
Oh,
Oh.
let's see.
They're like little capsule boxes.
What the heck? It
I
looks
go
like
in
a
there and I come out a robot or something.
space box.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's the space box.
So I'm guessing it captures the heat from the sun throughout the day or something. That is neat.
Dude, that's
They're
really
actually
cool.
not too far off from what a
Like a regular
regular tent. This one's insulated.
Oh my gosh.
Get out. Hard shell rooftop tent. They want $2,000 for that one. That's.
Okay.
This one's got a hard top on it and everything.
Wow.
It's like a little hat. Look at this.
All right. Let's
That's
take a
something you
look.
just plop, like, it almost looks like something you could put in the bed of your truck.
Dude, that thing looks like a gigantic tackle box. So do you just become the fish bait then?
No,
Like, I'm
this
joking.
this isn't the thermal hub. This is just something else I clicked
Oh,
on.
is it? Okay.
Yeah, no. The thermal hubs are those box ones I showed you, I think.
Same diff.
This one right here.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh, wait. It's kind of crazy looking. I'm interested in this. That's cool.
Interesting.
Not even kidding, I was in the middle of the lake in like 10-degree weather and I was sweating.
Oh,
insane.
what is going on? How? It looks like my battery
Yeah, it looks
died
like
on my
these are-
GoPro.
These must
so
be for fishing, because it says
try
here
and
this is for
charge
2 to
that real
3.
quick.
This is for 2 to 3 anglers. No, Gammy, it's just a regular tent. It's something to. Well, I see what you're saying. I don't know. I think the ice is pretty thick, or that's a question for Space Daddy. I don't know why it doesn't know. It's specifically for fishermen, or fisher people, or whatever, anglers. They're called anglers, yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
says here 2 to 3 anglers.
Interesting. I'm going to have to take the tablet back because we've got a dead battery on the GoPro because I forgot to plug it back in. Let's see. Is it overheated? Oh. Interesting. Give me just a sec, you guys. This isn't plugged in, or is it? I can't see over there. It's not. So I'm gonna need, yeah. I need to replace on that white one. Yeah. Thank you for taking care of that. Keto squared, I appreciate you very much. Yeah, this bad boy is running. It ran out of battery. And I was wondering why I wasn't charging. I'm like, is there something really wrong with it? And now I see what it is. It's that it wasn't actually plugged in. So that's okay. So we'll just use this little hand cam for now until I is the hand cam dead too? Oh, it looks like
I can see.
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's slow. There, okay. That makes sense. Alright. Thank goodness. I was worried that it wasn't working. Alright. There's the fire! Doesn't the ice melt? It isn't because the tent traps the heat and insulates it, so you're warm without it melting ice. Heat rises. So the ice isn't effective due to the spots normally being 4 to 6 inches thick of ice. Science! Hype Doritos!
I love Doritos.
Do you?
Yeah. Chips are one of my
Weakness.
weaknesses, yeah.
You finished your sentence.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like we couldn't. That's why we don't have bags of Doritos at the house. Or, it's tempting enough that we have Cheez-Its here, honestly.
Yeah, we do the Cheez-Its because our daughter, it's one of her favorite snacks.
Yeah, I don't know how people keep potato chips in their house. I tear them up.
For sure, for sure. I don't really get too tempted by chips unless the chips are like jalapeno or barbecue. If they're any of those, I'll probably eat all of them before you come looking for them. The biggest issue when you have to use the bathroom is when you have to use the bathroom because you either have to bring a bucket and keep it 6 feet away from the tent, or you cut another hole in the ice and keep it further away so the warmer water doesn't affect where the fish will gather. Oh wow.
Well, there you go. The struggle is real.
Wow. Yeah, that's a struggle. That sounds like a big struggle in of itself. Better not have to go while you're out there, you know.
Time to get the circular saw back out and carve up another hole. What is an auger now? I'm like curious to see what that even is.
Right? Like, I've heard the word before. I don't know what the word means, though.
Oh, I'm using it. Oh, it's for wood. I wonder if you could use it on ice. It says... This is... Oh yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. It's a device to drill wood or other materials. And it's just a drill. You just pop, 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 right down through the...
Okay.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah, I see it. It's a
Augie.
drill. Give me just a sec, you guys. I'm gonna try to reconnect that GoPro now. I'm gonna see what all I can do about this. Oh. Actually, maybe I can do this. It seems like it's losing its charge faster than it's actually charging, but I'm not really sure about that. In the meantime, I'm just going to paint while I wait for it.
An auger cuts holes in ground or wood. It's essentially for plot holes. Farmers use them for planting because it's easy to plow land with them. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay. I feel like I've seen them around too, and my grandpa had a farm, so I mean, I'm sure I've seen that on the farm or even the ranch that I was at.
I may be from New York, but I grew up a country boy, and yeah, I'm telling you, we were just talking about it the other day, all the different area of New York that
Reconnected?
is in the woods.
There we go. We are back.
Or is farmland and all that stuff.
Super. Okay, so that makes sense. It's so interesting that you had that word stuck in your head and you remembered, like, vaguely what it was, even though it's got nothing to do with us. Like, it's nothing in our daily life, you know? Like, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Auger.
Auger dogger.
Auger.com.
You're funny. So exciting! We're rendering out these little crystals a little bit more. They're not perfect, but we're getting there. We're getting close to what I would consider satisfying, or I'm satisfied with them. Close to it, anyway. I do need a darker gray. Big dark gray. I'm using one of my really fine brushes. Look at how fine this is.
Oh yeah, so fine.
So fine.
So fine.
Is it connected or
No.
is it disconnected?
It's disconnected.
Oh, good. Okay. So
would get
hand
anxious.
cam all the way.
I would get anxious painting with something that fine.
So fine. That's okay. We'll just... At least the GoPro's charging. Yeah, so it was losing its charge faster than it's charging. It was doing great the other night, but I let it discharge fully, and that was actually my fault. I wasn't on top of it this time.
No worries, since we got the hand cam.
Yeah, hand cam will do us some good.
Old augers used to look like a screw with two handles on top, and you had to turn them 180 degrees at a time to dig holes. I grew up on a farm. I had to do that every spring on an acre of land. Oh man,
That sounds like a pain in the butt.
must have been ripped.
Rip.
That's hard work.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Totally rip.
That's hard work.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot. Sounds like too much.
The auger full body workout. And we'll have Chuck Norris sell it.
Chuck Norris.
Get him, Chuck.
Haven't heard that name in a while.
I know, he's kind of done doing stuff, huh?
Yeah, I mean, well, people kind of stopped memeing him, is what I mean.
Oh, in the
You know-
social media world.
In the social media world, yeah.
I don't know if he's still selling full body workout kits or whatever, though. I don't watch TV.
Right?
Cable, at least.
Yeah, we don't partake.
Well, we
In
partake in the YouTube. Which
The
is
YouTube.
television of the modern day, I think.
It is modern television, but you'd be surprised at all the people that actually use like
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's still got
regular-
cable. I mean, he's 75, but
regular old TV.
when I see regular TV on somebody, like, at somebody's house, I just think to myself, like, we're not even watching this. Like,
Why?
like it's just on in
Why?
the background. It's like it's just on in the background. Most of it's advertisements. Their advertisement structuring is messed up. Like, TV never decided to adopt the way that YouTube does it, where they're going to give you smaller bits, smaller clips, and then give you multiple single ads throughout the entire video instead of subjecting you to, I don't know, I mean, upwards of 2 to 3 minutes of advertisements you don't want to see or watch.
Yeah, they're not targeted ads, so people knock on targeted ads all the time, but it's not such a bad thing. I mean,
I don't want to be advertised for things I don't want.
I just completely tune out. There's a good chance that I'm not going to even really notice the ad at all.
It's kind of like, I mean, the radio does the same thing. Like, they've never, like, whenever you listen to, if you listen to Spotify without ads, like, you might get 1 or 2 ads in a row, but then you get another song or two. But with the radio stations, they do the same thing. It's, you know, they'll play 2 or 3 songs max, and then it's another 2-3 minutes of radio ads, and it's just like,
For sure, it's
Yeah.
too much, man.
can't keep my attention that long. I'm not there.
Sorry, my attention just doesn't work that way.
It indeed kept me fit. Yeah, I can imagine.
There we go. Get a little bit of red there. And let's get some orange. I'm gonna paint.
I was born to preach.
Oh, it's kind of starting to flake. I can't do that, huh? Can't quite do that. So let's kind of maybe prime it with a little bit of water. Just go. Wow. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna try to do some rainbow stuff here too. Now I'm thinking I might actually have to use white first and then paint the colors on top of that, because it seems like directly on the black, it doesn't seem like I can actually stain the canvas. Like, you can kind of get a little bit of color on there, but it just doesn't quite work the way that I want it to. So I'll have to prime it with a little bit of, we're gonna get some highlights in there first and then try and paint colors over them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go like this.
So we got the white line there. I really like how that came out. You got the light behind it now. See, that's great. I just don't even think about how the light is gonna, like, I don't even know how it works. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how the light interacts with other things. I don't see those things.
Well, I'm thinking in layers right now. I appreciate
See,
it.
I don't think in layers.
Layers of fear.
Layers. Like an onion.
Like an onion. It's Shrek time. So I'm thinking in layers right now. Up here, this isn't exactly going to be a highlight. It's going to be something that looks a little bit more like this. I'm not sure how well the camera can pick that up. In fact, I can't even really see all too well, but just down there, we've got like kind of that, almost like a titanium finish looking thing on a black crystal. And in order to do that, I have to prime it with some white paint. And then after I prime it with white paint, then I can put some rainbow down. I'm just gonna start painting rainbow stripes. There's so much texture and colors. Thank you. I really like how much is going on in the painting though. If I didn't say it before, well, thank you. That means so much to me. I appreciate you, Space Daddy. You are super sweet. I'm really like, there's a lot more detail than I could like picture initially when I was going to start painting this. When I had the idea for the painting, And so I feel like that's kind of a nice sign when I can like eventually like work up the detail to like something more fine than I can picture when I came up with the idea. So that's a good sign, I think. I think it means that I'm improving over time. It's one of my bigger goals, just doing the streaming thing. I'm really trying to improve in my art. So I'm gonna be like painting this little rainbow here, and then I add some yellow. Just a nice little streak of yellow. And then that goes into a nice little green. And how I do that, I'm just gonna use a little bit of cyan. Yep, just like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and mix up some magenta, some cyan, and some white to make just a tiny little bit of like a really pretty purple. Like a really pretty violet. Super pink violet. It's a really small detail. I just don't think that the hand cam's really gonna pick that up, but it's good to have. And I think I kind of want to use that, a little bit of that violet. I'm gonna kind of add that right there. Add a little bit of blue. And just kind of have it fade out right there. And then we're gonna pick up some of the black paint again. We're gonna bury some of this.
Is this the celestial theme? Yeah, it is actually. I really like it too. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you like it. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's celestial theme. I really, that one, I kind of went and did something that I didn't think that I was going to, like, I added an extra layer of sparkles and stuff like that just to make it a little something more. But yeah, it was kind of like just trying something new, and I didn't know if it would be too much, but I ended up liking the theme, so it stuck. Stuck around. I love it. It's so good. Thank you. It means so much. I appreciate you. What time is it? 11:30. Still pretty early on. I bet Husbando's getting tired.
Yeah, I think I'll be on for a little bit longer though.
That's good. That's really good to know. That's good. I'm burying some of the rainbow in the black paint now.
Well, that's true, Space Daddy. It's got to be 2:30 over there. The real trooper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's late over there.
It's the dedication.
Dedication station. Well, thank you so much for being here and being a night owl with us.
Yeah, I don't think I make it to 2:30. It would take some
he
serious willpower for me to get to 2:30.
Yeah. It's unfortunately, it's
The batteries just run out for me at that point. even if I slept in late and, you know, I don't know, worked a late shift and everything, you get to about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning and I just don't function the same.
right. As you know, I am a bit of a night owl usually, but I have been kind of a morning person as of late, a little bit more so. I do still like my nights though, to be honest. I do still get a bit of a burst of energy just toward the evening. But I can't ever seem to help that. There's no helping that. I hear a Pecco. Oh, it's Ketos. Alright, so let's see. You have a kid though, yes. Yeah, I have to get up super early with her. So you guys have a lot more sleep needs. I own businesses and work, but I can just choose to sleep when need be. I mean, it is a huge responsibility. You have to be alert and awake for your businesses and stuff like that, and you're practically on call too at that point because you have customers and stuff like that that will like need you for something, and they'll probably just message you and try and get a hold of you, and you have to be like you have to be tentative and alert for that. Waking up in the morning definitely has its perks. I always feel like I can get more done, but I can't wake up in the morning or go to bed early enough. But I just can't wake up.
Yeah, I've been struggling with this lately because recently I've been working from home, and I don't have to get up, you know what I mean, like until like, you know, right before my shift, and I don't have to get dressed, and I don't have to go. And so I've also not been waking up early and going and doing the things I normally would. And the thing is, it's so frustrating because the initial act of waking up is so difficult and takes so much discipline. But I know in the back of my head, if I get up and I go start my day early, 85% of the time, there are times where I'm just tired, but 85% of the time, it's for the best. And I just drive myself nuts right now because it's like, out of all of the hard things we do in life, how hard is it to just get up out of bed? Like,
that's so comfy.
It's a 5-second decision, but it is the most difficult thing I do every day. It's ridiculous. And the weekends, I mean, last weekend I slept in disgusting amount. Like,
he was so upset with himself.
It was like noon by the time I got out of bed.
I was the enabler.
She is the enabler.
I'm totally the enabler.
But, I mean, I should be able to get up out of bed. It's literally like a simple, like, do it or don't do it decision. When clients call me or message me on Saturday nights, yeah, that's no fun. I don't like having to be attached to my cell phone for those types of things. It's so it can be stressful for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luna's talking about going to get a sleep study. Yeah, I can sleep for 16 hours and I have nothing. If I have nothing to do, yeah. You know what I'm starting to think too is it's really kind of an inertia thing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but what I'm trying to say is basically like, if you begin, it's hard to get going, but once you're in motion, you can stay in motion easier. And I've experienced it myself, where I can be in motion and it just keeps it easier to keep going. But the problem is it's so easy to lose that momentum, and once you do, then you gotta redo it over again. And every time you redo it, it's like at least a week or two to build back up that habit, and it only takes a couple days to lose it.
And my brother Prospero says it well too. He's always talking about how it's like he always wants to do what he's already doing, as in if he's up, he wants to continue to stay up. He doesn't want to go to bed. But if he's sleeping, he doesn't want to get up, and he just wants to stay sleeping. And it's like, I feel like that's totally it. At least that's it for me.
Yeah, and I think the important thing that I try to remember for myself is that most people struggle with this, and that's why most people don't get up. When you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and you actually do it, you see you're one of the only people up. It's because most people struggle with this, and most people can't do it. It's very hard. It's very hard, yeah.
For real.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I literally worked like 3 jobs. I woke up in one morning, decided this job isn't worth me getting out of bed, so I just quit day 1 of the job. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, I think, you know, those moments come sometimes where it's like, you know what, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, I get prolonged sleep inertia, so I never wake up even after waking up. It's super weird. It's a super weird feeling, but it's like I'm still dreaming, but I'm actually at work.
Did you start drinking coffee yet? If you haven't started in using caffeine on a regular basis, it's time. Because it's a mandatory function. I don't think there's most adults have some form of caffeine. Not a lot. But I'm telling you, just a cup of Joe in the morning will change your life.
The thing that she's describing, though, reminds me a lot of when I did opening at Starbucks.
Well, yeah, that's like...
it was like a dream.
When
I
you
was
were
like...
opening and stuff, yeah. For
yeah,
sure.
I was clopening and stuff. I was so tired. But it was like being there. It was like being clocked in, but it was like being in a dream, almost.
I don't like to drink too much caffeine. It makes me anxious. Well, that's definitely true for some people. We also, you know what else we started doing? I'm not saying this will help with the sleep or anything, but I think there's value to it. We started taking multivitamins. That's
yeah, we just started taking vitamins. Yeah.
That's how old we are. We take
We're
multivitamins
old now
for our health. And day one, I mean, you know, not really anything you're gonna notice crazy, but I think I feel a little bit better than I did before. Placebo, maybe, but who cares?
I definitely felt it wreck my stomach, but that's because my stomach was already kind of messed up from before, but I definitely felt a big wave of just pain because my stomach is kind of in a vulnerable state right now. But I could tell you it's doing something. If I felt it like that, probably.
I take 12 pills a night with vitamins. No, yeah, you just need the one. You just need the multivitamin. They're pretty good. Yeah, I don't know though. I really don't know what the answer is when it comes to the sleep thing, honestly. I think that's it's a struggle.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. And sleep studies can be really telling. I'm not saying that that's not the right thing to do either. Like, you know, if you have sleep apnea or things like that, I mean, that can really mess with your sleep for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
My doctor's concerned about narcolepsy or something with me, so that's why I'm doing the study. No matter how much I sleep, yeah, it's possible. It really is. I actually watched the YouTuber Coach Greg, and he has narcolepsy.
Narcolepsy runs in my family. Isn't that fun? Yeah, I have no idea if I'm going to end up developing it or if I just happen to have something like that. I do know that for myself, like if I feel really stressed out, I get extra sleepy. Like,
oh yeah,
to the point where I could just fall asleep in the middle of the road.
Yeah, if I have tons of anxiety, I can stay in bed for way longer if I have tons of anxiety or lots of stress. Even if it's not stress that's in the front of my mind, like if I have subconscious stress that I've kind of pushed down or things I've procrastinated, the problem is things that make you tired, like when you're tired, it causes you to do things that make you more tired, like procrastination. Procrastination makes me more tired, I feel like, because it weighs down on me. You know, like the fact that I didn't do something I said I was going to do carries over into the next day and makes it even that much harder to get motivated. And then things pile up and you're like, I'm just going to stay in bed. I'm just going to stay in bed for the next 16 hours. Every time I blink at work, I feel like I'm gonna sleep. I guess I'm always chronically anxious. Yeah, I think a lot of it can come from the anxiety. Like I know anxiety for me can cause anything from obsessiveness to depression to, you know, it just depends. But anxiety is really the key motivator in all of those negative things that I think a lot of us deal with. Not negative, but they're just, like, they can be, they can feel pretty negative sometimes. But,
right. Yeah. Little crystals. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna try and sharpen this one up front over here. We're gonna use some black. And we're just gonna sharpen it. Sharpen, sharpen, sharpen like a pencil. Nice and sharp. Like a weapon. I'm so weird. Okay, there we go. Very cool. Awesome, and then let's see if I can just turn on this camera now because I really want to be able to use it. Let's see how it's doing. We're at 15%. That's better than before. I can totally use this. Yeah, anxiety feel like is it's really difficult. It's a difficult thing to deal with. I personally get extremely anxious over really stupid things. And my husband is who grounds me, like keeps me grounded.
Isn't that saying something? I'm the one grounding people.
Grounding people. No, he's my backbone, you know? He's the one that's keeping me from my crazy anxiety. I don't know, I get anxious over some really stupid things, and I feel like he kind of reminds me that it's not as bad. At least the things that I get anxious about.
Yeah, it's always easier when you're detached from the situation to give, you know, some sort of...
I need that. I personally need that kind of... It makes me feel a little bit more brave sometimes. Other times I feel too pressured and then it backfires.
Well, we get anxious about very different things.
We do, yeah.
There's things that make you anxious that don't bother me at all. And
yeah.
then there's things that drive me nuts that you have a better perspective on, so we balance each other out really well.
Yeah. I would say so.
But to say we're not anxious people would be not true. I'll speak for myself. I have definitely been an anxious person most of my life.
Right. Oh, I hear my daughter, you guys.
I can check on her. See? It's so late. She needs to go to bed.
She needs to go to sleep.
With every customer that gets upset about something at work, I get so anxious. I feel pins and needles in my hands with that specific occurrence for some reason. I get that when I get angry.
Pins and needles?
I get that when
in your hands?
Yeah, when I get angry,
what?
I get that in my head. Believe it or not.
Oh, wow. I don't get any of that. I can't relate. I'm sorry.
Yeah. When something really bad happens, I feel that in my spine as well.
Wow.
I've had that before. Yeah.
I used to feel it in my eyebrows, which was kind of weird. Like if they would fluff out.
Yeah.
You ever get that? Like they just fluff out, like it's.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go check on the daughter, so I'll be right back. But Cheetos, what do you think?
Yeah.
Awesome. Super.
And then I'll dwell on it for days and I won't be able to sleep. Yeah, I think the thing that I had to get over with when it came to stuff like that was just not caring about what people think as much. I mean, you're still going to have a little bit, it's just natural, but, really just kind of, I always try to figure out why is this other person not upset at me, right? Like, I'm always sitting there thinking to myself, like, I try to almost empathize with them, like, how bad can your day or your existence at this point be that you're screaming at me over, the fact that, Foo-Foo's haircut isn't up to par? If you're working I think you're still working at the pet store. I mean, there's something wrong with them at that point. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's so hard for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it with anger at all that's interesting. Yeah, it's very hard for me. Yeah, it's very hard in general. I got a lot more experience as far as just like practicing. I mean, for like 6 or 7 years over years. So I mean, when I'm 19, 20 years old, I wasn't good at it either. It just takes time, And Ariel's better at it than me. And eventually, I'm convinced that at 30 there's secrets. I'm waiting. Yeah, I think there's secrets that 30-year-olds don't tell you about being like a wiser person. So I'm waiting to see what that secret is. I told Ariel if she can bring it back through the portal, she should let me know when she gets to that point. I'm on the sale floors now. I quit grooming. It was awful. Yeah, totally. Just back out. I would just do something that's more enjoyable for sure. When you're dealing with people's pets and stuff, I feel the same way about when you deal with people's children. Like, they just get so much more touchy, and they want to micromanage and watch. It's like, listen, did you want to cut their hair, or did you want me to do it? Like, back up. I get it, though. Yeah. I totally get it. Yeah, I don't know if Gammy's on here, but she could tell you. I mean, gosh, I used to driving around like a crazy person. See, I think anxiety manifests themselves in other ways, and for me it was always in being like too aggressive or too angry, and so I had to learn how to work through that, because that could be just as damaging sometimes as not being able to get out of bed. It's like, oh, I'm out of bed all right, I'm just but agitated and angry, and you got to work on those things, because it just makes life more difficult long term. But it's so hard, it really is, especially when you almost kind of have to just know that the anxiety is going to come. Yeah, I definitely deal with a lot more customers on the cashier, but unpleasant ones are still less common than the grooming salon. Yeah, I drive like a maniac sometimes. Yeah, I used to drive like a maniac too, for sure. And then you crash your car a couple times and it really jars you. I'm gonna be honest, that's how I stopped, man. I just got in a couple really bad car accidents and it wakes you up pretty quick. On the register. Yeah, I feel like at the pet store, the register might be a better option. Like, I feel like if you're at a grocery store, that's when it can get a little, like, that can be a little anxiety provoking, because you have people coming with $100, $200, $300 orders that you're scanning through, bagging, all of that stuff, plus people start getting mad at you as the cashier just because the line's long, which doesn't even make sense. But at the pet store, you could probably really, the people like their pets, and they're probably buying a toy for their dog or their cat, so it's easy to pick up a conversation. Oh, I see, you're buying, what kind of dog do you have? Maybe they even have their dog with them. I think it's a lot easier to get a conversation going than just with random strangers in the food store. I mean, people spend that much, and the lines go back to the store sometimes, but it's not that bad. Wow. So, pet store's really doing good. It's interesting to hear, the brick and mortar stores are still doing their thing, which is cool. It's cool to hear that. PetSmart is crazy. Really? No way. It's like the Walmart of pet stuff, huh? It is. I didn't know that. I didn't know PetSmart was booming. I gotta go buy some stock or something.
Alright, I'm back.
I would
Sorry.
say it's corporate for sure. Yeah, and there's thousands of stores. Wow, yeah. I mean, I knew they were pretty big, but I didn't realize they're getting all that traffic. But I guess now's a better time than ever to have a pet store, or a pet supply store, I should say. I mean, people have all kinds of different pets now.
Looks like it's all disconnected again, so let's try once more.
Very interesting, though. We were talking about the pet store and all kinds of stuff.
So what about the pet store? I'm like completely
Apparently
lost.
PetSmart's booming right now. The place is packed.
Really?
Well, I mean, sometimes. Yeah, she's saying there's a decent amount of customers come through sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh.
Says that we're doing a toy drive, and it's Toys for Tots, and they expect all PetSmarts to donate over 2.5 million toys. It's crazy busy, like crazy.
What?
That is crazy. I haven't been to PetSmart, and...
Do you think that it's because of holiday season coming and everyone's just more
I think in general
active?
It's probably just busy. It sounds like they do a lot of grooming in there. So I think that's
okay.
kind of how they get their people in the door, and then once they're in there, they, you know how people with pets, I mean, you have them, right? And you just can't help yourself. It's this cute thing that you gotta see on Fufu, and
oh my gosh.
and before you know it, you spend $300 at PetSmart.
Okay, that makes sense. That's fair.
And this stuff's expensive.
Yeah, it really is. You can spend a lot at PetSmart.
Where I live is specifically busy PetSmart. I could totally see that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like we're in the top 50 PetSmarts or something. Just top ranked PetSmart in the country.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the college town kind of area, and
yeah, that demographic's definitely in there.
They love their pets.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
I fully get that. Yeah.
I'm sure they bring them right into the store and everything.
Oh yeah.
I know you're not. No, I know you're not joking. I could totally see that one being one of the top ranked ones. Like serious. It totally makes sense.
Right? Yeah, no, I fully expect that actually.
Yeah. It makes sense. I didn't think about it until she said something, but that makes total sense. I forget what number it is. I think it was 25th or something. Yeah, that's interesting. In the country? That's crazy. Wow.
25th in the entire United States?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she said yes. Yeah. Wow. Jeez. That's crazy.
Dude. That is completely nuts.
Someone just decided they were going to open one up and it's like gold.
Right. I'm mixing up a nice dark brown so that I can kind of like... Oh my goodness, she needs me again. I'll be right back, you guys.
Corporate is in Phoenix. PetSmart was made in Phoenix. PetSmart. I didn't know that. Oh, the corporate's in Phoenix. East Coast PetSmarts kind of suck. Yeah. No. I cannot remember the last time I've been in a PetSmart. Yeah, I just don't know. I just have not. I don't have any reason. Oh, that makes sense. So the corporate people always visit because they have their headquarters in Phoenix, so they're really trying to make sure. Got you. Yeah. Yeah, home base is always going to be way more dialed in. Space Daddy says, I had to take the pupper out and it rained. She hates the rain. She's so sassy. You got rained on. So that's why I moved to Arizona. But, you know, I definitely took some sacrifices, but I had to get out of the rain. She doesn't like the rain. That is too funny. Is that still the same pupper that you were babysitting, or is that yours, or? Home base. Yeah, the company that I'm working for right now, home base is in Arizona as well, which is cool. Yeah, they just started opening up some new areas though, so. Your pupper. Oh, okay. Okay. What kind of dog do you have? I don't think I've asked you that before. It's funny that you're talking about your pupper. We were just talking about PetSmart. I have a black pitty named Kia. She's a drama queen. Adorable. That's awesome.
Okay.
Very cool.
Health returns. Once more.
She's all black? That's really cool. Like an all black pit bull. It's always nice to have when you're walking the streets of New York. People start looking at you funny, you know. Just have her growl. That's great.
Hey, it looks like it's still working live. Okay, good. Sorry that took so long, you guys. I'm sure Keto's been good company, though.
Hey, we're talking about PetSmart, talking about their corporate office, placements, the effect it has on business. And we were talking about Space Daddy went and took his pit bull for a walk, and he's back now.
Oh,
got some
okay.
rain.
You got rain. Oh boy. What's that like? No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I was saying.
What's a rain?
She's such a sweetheart. She loves people, but people do not like when I walk her in town. Well, I don't know what to say. You know, I mean, people need to get over it.
People aren't really terribly nice about.
Yeah, she's nice.
Pit bulls.
You know, even I mean.
People are really judgmental and mean and weird about it.
Oh, I know. It's like one of my least favorite things about ever moving is the fact that you're rolling the dice on your neighbors. I just, like, knock on wood, where we live, I mean, we don't really hang out with our neighbors at all, but we don't interact with them at all either, and it's wonderful. Like, they don't bother us.
Yeah.
And that's more of our style. We don't want to be bothered. We're quiet people. We don't make a lot of noise for the most part at all, actually. We
We're
basically
really
make
quiet.
no noise. Yeah.
I mean, except our daughter likes to scream from the rooftops.
Right, and she'll chuck her toys over and harass
Yeah.
the neighbors, but no, I'm just
Yeah.
joking.
Like, this actually happened, though. Funny story. The other week, my daughter, she chucked her Pichu toy and her Mewtwo toy over into the neighbor's yard. So I was pretty upset about that, and I was like, you can't just do that, you can't just lose that. So I had to go over to the neighbors and knock on their door and ask them if they could check their backyard because my 3-year-old threw her toys into their backyard. And they were very nice about it, but at first they were just like, practically guarded, like making sure I'm not some intruder, but then they see me and I'm just like this tired woman, like this tired mom,
We have a lot, or at least at the time that we had to go over there's a lot of these people knocking on doors at very unreasonable times of the day. I'm talking like 7, 8 o'clock, like past dinner time, pushing ADT. And I swear, the one guy, I was like, if he comes back, I'm gonna take one of those little signs and shove it straight up his ass. It was such a pain. But yeah, so I get why they're probably sick and tired of having dinner interrupted, or getting ready to go to bed and having somebody knock on your door.
Oh yeah, I don't blame them at all.
No. And then Luna's mentioning that from the days in dog grooming, most pit bulls weren't that aggressive. Cattle dogs were way more aggressive towards me. I have to look up what a cattle dog looks like. I'm not familiar, but I could see that sounds like they're probably historically used for biting stuff.
Yeah.
Or other animals, I should say, not stuff, but Space Daddy, she is the most calm dog. I've only heard her bark twice, no way. And both times was when it was snowing. She gets too much snow on her. Oh, it's kind of adorable though. I could see like that being a really cute picture. People are the worst, no doubt. You can say that again.
Yeah.
Luna, I probably had like 2 pit bulls that tried to bite me while I was there, and there were hundreds of cattle dogs that tried to bite me. See, the fact that you can get bit at the job on a regular basis is more than enough for me to be like, you know what, let me run the cash register.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't think I'd really want to deal with people's, upset pets. It would be hard for me. I feel like as a kid, I would have, really, enjoyed the idea of it. But as I've gotten older, I've kind of gotten to, a point where it's like, I can't be around animals that I think might bite me. I do kind of worry about that a little bit more. I was pretty fearless when I was a kid, but as I've gotten older, I guess just with age and experience, I've been messed up by a dog before, and it's just not something I want to relive.
It's awful and it hurts your body. Yeah, I can imagine. And then you got the pressure of, the owners probably watching you, so it's not like, you gotta, keep your cool and not, freak out that the dog is, trying to eat you, and the customers treat you like crap and don't tip. Yeah, no, I totally can see how it's miserable.
For sure.
Totally.
Totally.
You're just covered in fur. I mean, dogs are awesome, but, it's different when you have just people bringing all of their dirty dogs to you to clean. It's
somebody else's dog, and then they're also probably really particular about, okay, well, Fufu doesn't like to be touched on the paw like this, and I'm just imagining that there's probably something like that. Yeah, I'd be pulling hair out of my eyes hours after I left work. Oh, jeez. That's exactly how they're for sure. And the only reason that I know that is because my mom was one of those people who would, she had her Maltese and her Lhasa Apso And she'd bring them in to get groomed.
Malicioso.
Yeah.
It's a French dog.
And so, like, she was very, like, she would tell the groomers, like, how the dog, like, is and, like, how not to handle her. And it was just, like, it's a whole laundry list. And I already saw, like, while I was there, I already saw how other owners did the same thing. So, like, that wasn't even unusual.
Do people bring cats in to get groomed, Luna? I know you're saying that you prefer to be a verified cat person now.
Verified.
I guess.
Cat person.
Oh, they do. They do bring their cats in to get groomed. No way.
Well, yeah, there's long-hair cats.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
There's long-hair cats, and they don't just shed like the other ones.
They do shed.
Well, they do, but
Yeah.
like.
You still gotta, you gotta groom them for sure. Yeah.
I feel like they can be kind of like losses in that way.
People get their cats shaved.
They don't shed the same way. Yeah, they get their cats shaved, I bet. Yeah. How fun. That sounds, that sounds really, scary. Like, get mauled by a cat scary. I wouldn't want to be a part of that. That's for dang sure.
Wasn't working on cats, unfortunately, because you have to get certified. Got you. Space Daddy says, my Kia loves to cuddle, but when she's tired, she goes and sleeps wherever she plops herself down. She's grumpy and doesn't like company when it's time to actually sleep. I mean, I can see that. I don't like to be bugged when I eat and as I'm falling to sleep. That's pretty standard, I think.
Yeah.
You know,
makes sense.
there's just two things that just require some level of peace and no disturbances, for sure.
Right, exactly.
Luna, the cats are pretty good because they are so shocked that they don't do anything while the dogs fight with all their might. Yeah, I could imagine the cats are like, what are we doing? Could you imagine if you were a cat and you lived with somebody and your owner like didn't shave you at all or anything like that for like 5 or 10 years, and then something happens and you get a new owner and that owner decides that they're going to partake in shaving you like once every 2 weeks as the cat, and all of a sudden your life is turned upside down. It's like all of a sudden you're in Petco and Heidi's there with the razor shaving you. You're like, what has happened to me?
For sure.
Where am I? People do that with their dogs too. Yeah. The gentleman I help paint houses with sometimes, his dogs, they don't shed. They're like hypoallergenic or whatever. And so they always buzz them all the way down to like naked mole rat looking status.
Wow, that's crazy.
They have like a little bit of fur on them in some spaces, but they look ridiculous. And they're always like, look at how good they look with their haircut. I'm like, they look ridiculous. They look ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna try to turn this off. Possibly vent out the place. Maybe? I'm not really sure why, but I can't seem to get this to connect and stay connected.
The dog is 10 years old and then they suddenly bring it in for grooming. Of course they're gonna flip. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. They're not used to it. Exactly. They're not trained to be groomed whatsoever. Exactly. Like, if they were doing it since day one, it makes sense, or, they're probably used to it, but, yeah, dog's 10 years old, I mean, they're not gonna be okay with that. How old is, Space Daddy, how old is your pit bull? Trying to get the camera back up and running.
I am, yeah, I'm trying again.
3 years old, aww, she's still small. I mean,
even though she's probably really big.
Yeah, I know. But she's still young, I guess I should say.
Let's see if I can connect to maybe Dragon Gate 5. I don't know if connecting to a different network is going to help.
I mean, I think your best option is just to use the hand cam.
Just use that. Well, then, I mean, I don't think it'll match up with the time lapse, and I just want to make it time lapse footage. I'm so bent up on just using this, and then
Yeah, but I think that with an hour left, I think we should probably do it with the hand cam, and then over this next week we can figure out how to get it fixed. Because most of the stream already hasn't had any of the actual camera action anyways.
I got some of it. Looks like we're back on.
She loves the attention. Yeah, I can imagine. That's funny.
I want to sleep mode it. I'm going to see if sleep moding it will help it. It doesn't sleep mode unless it's on its own. That's because GoPro doesn't know how to make things user-friendly.
Oh, Space Daddy sent a picture of his dog.
Oh, a picture!
It's on
really?
Messenger. It's on Messenger.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know.
I know.
It's on my phone. My
Yeah, but we
phone's
could definitely look at it
hand
later.
cam.
Yeah, we can get it set up.
Yeah. Sorry about
I'd
that,
be
Space
interested.
Daddy. We're pretty focused on trying to get the camera to actually stay live and work. I wonder if it's an overheating problem.
Yeah, I think GoPro, we probably just need a new camera.
Well, I ordered some new batteries, but they're not here yet. And they won't be here until next week. I know. You're hanging your head about it. I see it.
I would have
I
just
know.
given up on that thing a long time ago.
Well, I mean, I like the hand cam and everything like that, but I'm just not really, fully... I just don't think the footage is not going to be the same.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm not saying long term.
Right.
I just mean for the last 45 minutes of this stream.
Oh, it won't be so bad. I got it. It'll be fine.
Space Daddy, no, I figured I always send you stuff to check after the stream. Yeah, those pictures of all of the stuff that you found at the auction were really neat to look through.
Yeah, those were cool. We were looking at those.
That was definitely interesting.
Indeed, indeed. Alright, let's add some yellow. Okay.
You sold most of it already. Are you
Wow.
that quick?
Yeah, wow. Add more white paint. Keep working on the claw. I think I want to use my other paintbrush this time. Yeah. I do like this. Little filbert. Alright, let's start working on the gem that she's holding. Perhaps. Add some yellow and we'll add some vermilion. Yeah, that whole auction thing, that was really cool to see. I did enjoy that. So did Keto. So this gem is going to be pretty gosh darn orange.
Made about $2,400 from it, and I still have 10 items left.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Dude.
It's worth it.
That's really good. How'd you do that so fast?
The intranet.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. What a silly question. What a silly question. I just gotta paint over top these clouds over here.
It's crazy because I put some items up this week and they sold within the day that I put them up.
Dude, nice! You
Yeah.
using SEO there? You utilizing the SEO and the internets? You
Yeah,
know
I
what
think-
gets the searches? Sorry.
Well, I think part of it probably just has to do with the products being something that people really want.
Right,
There's
right.
such a huge market for it now, and if you throw a reasonable price on something like, you know, a retro game or something like that, you know, and you put it on a platform, I don't know, eBay or whatever people use nowadays, OfferUp, or I don't know where you sell that kind of
I
stuff.
have a question for you. Have you ever used the Facebook Marketplace?
Oh, he's saying he uses eBay. Yeah, the bids are
eBay.
kind of fun. The bids are kind of fun. I like Marketplace, Craigslist and stuff like that. I feel like it's kind of the same thing. I always just get the like I'm gonna get murdered feeling when I use
Oh my
things like that.
God.
I just, you know, just a little bit. Like, you know, like eBay's great because you just ship the stuff to people. You know, there's no picking it up. There's no interaction.
Right. Yeah, the eBay is good. eBay is good for that.
eBay's.
Oh, the hand cam froze again. I'm sorry. The GoPro froze again.
That wouldn't work.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's tough because you get a lot of scalpers and shady people on Facebook. Yeah, I could totally see that.
Let's try something.
I feel like as a seller on eBay, it's a little bit safe. It's a lot safer, but like as a buyer on eBay, that's where I'm always like kind of skeptical when I'm purchasing things. You know, I definitely need to make sure people have a lot of ratings on eBay like that because, you know, I've seen those scams where people post a picture of like a PlayStation 5 and then somewhere in the description they put that it's just a picture and then they sell it for $600. You know, to try to get around the fact of selling you crap. And apparently you can't really do much about that. I don't know. But I got a box of random Avon perfumes and colognes and stuff, right? I paid $10 for the box of it. Okay.
Hold
I'm
this
guessing
for
there's
a
going to be
minute.
some sort of flipperoo on those. $10 for a box. That's not bad at all, of course.
Let's just let this thing charge and get it out of the way.
Yeah, there we go. You can just put that
If I
one in
can
the main
just-
cam.
Yeah, if I can just...
I sent Sunlaw, one of the ones listed is sold yesterday and it was posted Wednesday. Oh, that'll be cool. That'll be something that we can look at too. Get to see the posting at least.
This thing's like practically a fire hazard when you plug it in. This camera's ridiculous. Alright, so
That's what I've been saying.
I know. Alright,
On
keto.
reporting.
Yeah.
The dude that bought it is a French designer and he sells custom glasses. and
Keto's
stuff like
right.
that. I got you. Yeah, there's a market, you know, for everything. I think that's the crazy thing. It's like you can put something up like that and there is somebody looking for that type of product. You know, it's interesting. It's amazing.
It's gonna take me a little bit of practice and setting up, but at least it'll be something, right? Something is better than nothing. That's for sure.
Oh, there you go. We should have just done that from day to square one. That looks great.
Hold on. It's not quite. Not quite. We're almost there. We just need to.
It's got the hand cam too.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that is. Oh, here we go.
It was that tall? Oh my gosh.
What's top? What?
I used a bottle of perfume. Sold for $711.
What?
That's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Space Daddy, you know.
It's
wheeling
the
and
hustle.
dealing.
What the heck, dude? It's crazy. Guys, sorry. This is kind of ridiculous, but I'm trying.
Looks good.
Okay, that's good. Right there. Okay. Let's work with this. This is as good as it's gonna get. And, it's not too terrible. Guess that's what I'm gonna
Yeah, that's
work
like
with.
a million times better than just looking at nothing.
It is.
I would just be telling
You're
you
right.
just be using the phone.
You're right. I'm just stubborn. I just want the footage to match.
It's frustrating because you spent money on the GoPro and it's a piece of crap.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
but it happened.
it's unfortunate. I also wanted the 2 cams going at once, and you know, it's just nice to have that.
I'm telling you, it's a lot of work doing these auctions and stuff, but it's so worth it. Yeah, I would be scared that I'd buy something that I thought was worth a lot of money for a decent amount of money, and then I find out it's not worth what I bought it for.
Not worth, yeah.
So you know, you're right. Like, you definitely have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you gotta know, and you gotta do your research. You gotta have somebody with you too, I feel like, who is well versed in that. Alright, so let's see. Here. Get some really bright colors in here. Gonna start actually working on the gem itself. Very exciting. Yeah, the auction thing, it does sound really fascinating and really fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I hear a Brewster! It's Keto's Brewster! How are you? I went ahead and sent him some videos and pictures of Brewster today. My boy Brewster. So that he could show his coworkers. They like that. Keto?
Oh, it was good. Yeah, the birds always get a decent amount of attention in the pets channel.
It's great.
Takes a lot of on-the-spot Googling. Yeah, I'm sure you gotta be quick with your phone.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're not going there without your phone.
I always have eBay up when I'm there and I'm looking at the last sold bid so I can figure out if it's worth buying things. Oh, I got you. So you're really doing a lot of research there.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Sounds like it's necessary. I mean...
I certainly wouldn't be doing any of that without doing a lot of research.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that you gotta know your stuff, or you gotta have somebody with you. Do you ever get any people who do like appraisals and stuff like that? That are like good at that kind of thing? That run like shops and stuff that actually like grade stuff? Appraise really cool items. Things that you can collect. Let us take a look. You know some. I don't like those people that much because they scam sometimes. I imagine that that can be kind of messy because I'm sure that sometimes they're a bit scammy. You gotta really like know that they're not. I worry about that. You know, I actually really worry about like I have a whole bunch of Pokemon cards, and you know that, right? But I have never really like went out of my way to go get them graded because that is something that I'm concerned about, like legitimately. Like I feel like you could go there and they might just kind of give you a lower grade and then like try and get it from you for like a better price for them. And
yeah, like, but the Pokemon cards and stuff like that, they have services that you can actually pay
right.
and have them
that are third party.
graded. there's just like you can just or like certain places that will just grade them and then
That's the problem.
laminate them and send them back to you. They're not buying them.
Oh, okay. As long as they're not interested in buying them, because I feel like that is where the problem comes from.
Some of them are, for sure.
Yeah, the ones that are trying to buy from you.
Yeah, some of them are.
Those ones, I feel like those ones will scam you. Probably.
Yeah, see Space Daddy talking about a third party that he has for grading.
Good.
Yeah, you can find people that don't have their interest in the
buying.
actual card itself, more so than they're gonna make money just off of appraising it for you.
Right.
They're amazing. Yeah, I bet they are. You know, because you can really be confident in knowing they don't have any alternative interests.
Oh, yeah, ulterior motives.
Right. Rapscallions.
For real, yeah. That's
On the prowl for your hard-earned goods.
yeah.
The grades are more accurate than PSA. What's PSA stand for again? I always forget. I know what you're talking about. I've seen that. It's like the...
PSA.
Yeah, I believe they do like appraisals on cards and stuff.
Yeah. PSA, I thought that was like the grading, like...
Yeah.
System.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget what it stands for. Professional Sports Authenticator. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. For like baseball cards and stuff.
Oh. Okay, so now we need some...
PSA and Beckett are the top two, basically.
Beckett!
Gotcha.
I remember a Beckett magazine.
The CGC is another one. Okay.
Dude, I remember a Beckett magazine. I remember this magazine that we had with a Pikachu and a Raichu that were like running cheek to cheek, and it was like one of these magazines that was hard to find, and people like collect them now, but like I lost it in my childhood home. It's gone now. Died in a fire. No longer existing. But we had the Beckett magazine with all the beta Pokemon. There was like the beta second generation Pokemon in that magazine. And you could actually like see all the designs of the Pokemon like before they actually released them, but they weren't even really like fleshed out. They weren't even the same. Like a lot of the Pokemon looked like drastically different.
That's crazy.
I remember that. That was really interesting for me. I liked to look at it all the time because it was so interesting. Some of the Pokemon looked almost identical in that magazine. Can't remember which ones looked really identical. I think like Tyrogue was pretty much identical, but Hitmontop was drastically different. Girafarig, I think, looked pretty much identical, but like Tyranitar looked like kind of weird. There were total like beta Pokemon in that thing.
So beta.
So beta.
As opposed to the alpha Pokemon.
But there are like like alpha before the
right.
before the beta stages. Yeah. Which I think is more in line with like what leaked too. There was like that huge leak of like a whole bunch of like Pokemon designs that never made the cut and stuff like that with like sprites.
Oh wow.
That happened like That happened like 2 years ago, I think.
Really?
Yeah, there was this massive leak of Pokemon Gold and Silver had like this. Well, I think it was just Pokemon Gold then, but basically they had like this Space World demo, which Space World was like one of Nintendo's kind of old things where they would actually like showcase the games that they were working on, and they no longer really do this. I mean, they have E3 now, so it's not really like they're losing out on anything, but they used to do this thing where it was like Space World. They would showcase the games that they're working on, and there was a demo game for Pokemon Gold, but it was for the regular Game Boy, not Game Boy Color, and it was practically completely different from like what we actually ended up with a couple years later. So it was so weird. Like, it was not even the same game pretty much. I mean, your rival wasn't even really the same, and the map, if you happened to get, like, if you play that demo, it's just not the same game as Gold and Silver. For some reason, it's just almost like they rebuilt it from the ground up, and there's so many Pokemon that didn't make the cut in the game, and it's playable, but only up until a certain point. I'm so sad because I was at an auction a few weeks ago, and there was a sealed box of Pokemon Expedition, but it went for way more than I could ever spend. I would have had to call the bank and take out a loan to bid on it. Oh no, well, I don't think it's... Hello? Can you guys hear it now? You should be able to.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Thanks for letting us know, though.
Yeah, thank you.
Too busy ruining the painting, though.
Ruined the painting. Did someone ruin the painting?
I
That's so funny. Ruined the painting. The shenanigans over here. Over here.
Here.
Over here. So funny.
There's all the thousands of points I've been saving up.
That's awesome. You saved enough to use Ruined the Painting, though.
It's true.
That's great.
I'm a millionaire.
I love this soundtrack because it's so funny and groovy sounding.
Yeah, I like all the music. I do. I like all the music so much.
Kirby, man.
This soundtrack slaps. Indeed, Space Daddy.
Oh, Space Daddy, I appreciate you.
Slap away.
I do love Kirby music. It's always really fun to jam out to. Honestly. Funny. Alright, so let's see here. I'm gonna kind of start like using some of this vermilion. Paint that in.
Be right back. It's gonna take a second to stretch.
Yeah, do your thing.
Because my legs are...
On fire?
Yeah, they're starting to hurt.
Oh no.
So I'll be right back.
Okay, well, don't rush if
Oh,
you're
that's all right.
feeling
I'll
kind
be
of...
on the chat still.
Okay. Super. I'll be around. I'll be right here, obviously. Painting. Painting. Stretch, husbando. Space Daddy Gangsta says. Alright. Yeah, I've been kind of slowly getting ready for bed dancing to the music. Nice. That's so funny. That's really funny. I'm trying to, like, fix this thing. Like, everything I touch breaks these days. I don't know what's going on. I just broke my tablet. Dancing, nice! Yeah, this music is actually great. Right, like, I keep jamming out to this track, and it's a funny track. Something about it, it's groovy, and it's funny. This one, yeah, that one's from, I want to say Kirby's Dream Land 3 is what that one's from. And this one's nice. This one's Shiver Star, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is Shiver Star from... There's a lot of Kirby music in this playlist, you guys. This one is, I think, Kirby and the Crystal Shards. I want to say Kirby 64. Man, that 64 era music, you can't beat it. It's too good. It's too good. Let me see if I can, like, coat this with some yellow. And then just kind of feel like I'm ready to get kind of brave with the paint. I've been kind of, like, reluctant because most of the time I've been dealing with all the weird little technical issues and stuff like that. But I feel like I can get a little bit more crazy with the music. Kirby and the Crystal Shards, yeah, so fitting for this painting. Yeah, I mean, now that you say it, I guess that's true. I didn't think of it that way, but totally. When you worked at Starbucks, did you give out venti cups for water, or was the barista just being nice to me today? Kind of a random question. We used venti cups. I mean... So basically, we weren't supposed to use venti cups. We used to use venti cups, and we used to be supposed to use we used to use venti cups, and that's what we were supposed to do. That was like the thing that you're supposed to do. But that's like, it's not supposed to be that way anymore. They changed it so that now it has to be these specific water cups that are like grande size, but they're unmarked. At least when I left Starbucks, that's what we had to do. But when when my boss wasn't around, I would give people venti cups because people are thirsty as heck around here. They need water because it's Arizona. And we thought it was kind of rude that we couldn't give them a lot of ice water. You know? Because, I mean, we need ice water around here. That's just how it is. Crystal Shards was such a banger, for sure. Gosh. When you worked at... Oh, I already read that. I didn't get a lid last time I was at Starbucks. Oh, yeah, that was a whole thing, wasn't it? Yeah, it was nice to have. I had my PetSmart shirt on, too. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe they were just, you know, maybe they were being particularly nice, or possibly they just really don't like the policy. Like, kind of like how we were. I mean, we felt bad for the customers. Especially since all of a sudden under their noses, like, they knew what the policy was. They knew that, like, they knew that we were supposed to basically give them ventis before, and for Starbucks to kind of switch it up on the customers right under their nose. I think that our customers felt kind of wronged and pretty upset about that. So, you know, when our superiors weren't around, we just kind of did it anyway, because that's what we used to do, and they were just trying to cut costs, you know? They were just being kind of, you know, a company, I guess, doing what companies do.
For the amount of money they charge for a cup of coffee, I feel like they should give you a full, nice glass of ice water.
Yeah, I mean, for real. I feel like most places I've gotten water cups from, they would use the smallest cups. Yeah, Starbucks started doing that, and people were mad. And we had to kind of deal with the upset customers too when we had to do it. It was frustrating and kind of yeah, it was really a pain in the butt. We didn't want to do that, you know.
Space Daddy says, I gotta go to sleep, friends. Have to wake up and look at a house in the morning. Have a great night, son-in-law, husbando, and friends. You're all so great. You're great, Space Daddy.
Thank you
for
so
joining
much.
us.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here and joining us and hanging out tonight. I really appreciate that.
Going to look at a house? You going to buy a house or?
Going to look at the house.
Look at the house.
Just get up to get the binoculars out and look at the house. I'm kidding.
Going on the real estate hunt.
That sounds like you got a lot going on there too. Maybe helping out a friend, or maybe going to move yourself.
Yeah, I am going to try and buy it. Well, there you go. Good luck.
Whoa!
Good luck.
That's exciting. Well, let us know how that goes. We will follow
Fingers
up
crossed.
on that.
Oh yeah, fingers and toes.
Fingers and toes crossed. Yeah. All right then. Get some sleep. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good night, Space Daddy.
Big appreciation. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like eliminating Luna, I feel like they kind of were like doing something for you, but at the same time I also feel like they probably were also upset by the policies and were just trying to, or they could have just been out of the water cups. I mean, never really know, will we? But yeah, that's pretty much as I know. Anyways, that's how it was when I worked there.
Yeah, I mean, hook the people up with a venti.
For sure, yeah. What are they doing?
I mean, when we go, if we go with just like me, Q, and Son-in-law, right? We all go. It's gonna, and we just get drinks. It's $20. If you get food, it can be almost $30 to go to Starbucks in the morning.
Yeah.
Or if you get everybody food, I mean, it's not cheap.
No, it isn't.
It's not cheap. Hook the fellow workers up. Yeah, man. Get the hookup.
For sure. Yeah.
Every job needs a hookup. I don't care how, if you're working at McDonald's or if you're working at a big corporation, there needs to be hookups.
For sure. I mean, yeah, like, what's the incentive to work there anyway? Like, if you don't get that, what's the incentive?
Yeah, and the hookups can change, right? Like, my job hooks me up with, helping me out with some of my health insurance and things like that. Like, that's a hookup, right? They have cold brew and Red Bulls in the office. That's a hookup, right? I need hookups.
Right, exactly.
Even, when you work at I worked at a couple different fast food restaurants before, and there was nothing worse than working at one of those places and getting told you can't eat nothing. Now, their profit margins...
sucked, right?
Yeah, their profit margins are really small there, though.
That's
but
fair.
Still,
that's fair.
if you're a
yeah.
franchise, you don't make tons of money every day.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of ridiculous. Unless you're like, kind of like with your PetSmart, it's like one of the better ones. Then you can make a lot of money.
Right. More business, more traffic, more efficiency, and more money.
But they need to build it in. Build it into the free employee meals. Build it in.
Right? Yeah. It's gotta be.
You get any perks at Starbucks? Whatever you guys were talking about? Did you get any?
We didn't, no.
See, that's dumb.
We
You
didn't.
didn't even get a discount, or?
No. Well, there was an employee discount,
That's weak, though.
but because I was working under Fry's, I didn't get that employee discount.
Oh.
So you had to have a partner code, and a partner code is something that's only given out by employees of Starbucks. So we were licensed by Starbucks, so we had to follow Starbucks rules, but we also had to follow Fry's rules. And we also didn't get the perks from Starbucks. We got the perks from Fry's, and the perks from Fry's were pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got, like, more fuel points or whatever, and you got like a bit of a discount. You got a 10% discount on Kroger products, but that was it. That was the perk. Hook the fellow workers up anyway. We get 15% off everything and then 50% off proprietary brands. So I buy a PetSmart proprietary food.
You get 50% off store brand stuff?
What?
That's a really good perk.
Yeah.
If you get half off of PetSmart branded items.
Wow.
That's awesome.
50%.
That's what I'm talking about.
I literally got
15% on everything else too.
That's so awesome. I literally got 10% off Kroger brand. Who wants that?
I've never gotten 50% off of nothing.
Oh wow.
That's
50%.
Yeah, that's good.
That's very good.
That's kind of crazy actually. So, so if I buy 24 cans of food that would normally cost $30, but it's 15, you know, that's a big perk.
Yeah.
If you have pets, which if you work at PetSmart, I kind of hope that you have pets.
Oh right. Yeah.
Should be a requirement. Did they ask you that when you interviewed? That'd be my first question. What kind of pets do you have? If you don't have pets, you can't work here. We're not going to tell you that, but that's the first interview question.
Right?
I got 50% off of my cat tree because it was a return, and they didn't feel like putting it together to see if all the parts were there. Laugh out loud. Oh yeah, that's one of the best things is when you can get kind of like semi-bootleg stuff for like some weird corporate reason. Like Sunlaw used to get salmon at like really good prices because you could just find it when there was like markdowns and stuff like that because you're always there.
You're always there, exactly. So I was around just kind of picking out the stuff that I could get really good deals on. Just being around the thing, like just being around and like being around the meat department and just being able to look at that and see when things went on sale. Oh yeah, it was a perk in of itself. I got some really good deals on salmon. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I mean $4 or $5 a pound. Pay double that now.
Yeah. I seriously got like $4 a pound a lot. It was often. And even my coworkers who were working there were like, how'd you get that deal on salmon? I was like, go check every day like me? I don't know what to say. like you can do it. You can totally do it.
I had such a laid-back interview. It was barely an interview because I worked with the cat adoptions. Kind of already did some networking on the back end. Yeah, I got a clearance cat probiotic for like $5 when it was originally $25. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean like,
wow.
If you're running in there and you actually have your own pets, I mean that's actually a really big bonus. Pet stuff is expensive. They charge so much money for the pet foods.
Yeah, I mean,
some of those dry foods are just mush. They're just like cereal, and they charge you like $20 for a bag of this stuff.
Yeah, they're not even like good. Yeah.
So expensive, especially if you have a dog. Yeah, they eat those big old bags of the food every.
Right.
They go through it. It's crazy.
Dude.
They want $30, $40 for this stuff. It's literally like they even look like it. They like dump them out. They look like Cocoa Puffs, but they taste like salt.
Right? Oh, geez.
And they charge you $40 for this stuff. $80 for some dog food, she's saying. Yeah, it's out of control.
That's insane. They know what lengths people will go through for their pets. They know. And they take advantage.
And at that point, I'm just making the food myself.
Yeah, exactly. So there are like recipes for like bird food and stuff like that. Like,
right.
Because, I mean, bird owners, it's like they want their parrots to eat like really good quality stuff, but can't afford those tiny little bags of ridiculous like $60 pellets or whatever. Because that's a thing. And so, yeah, like like, why not just make your own? So there are recipes out there where you can actually, like, make your own bird pellets. I've been, like, interested to see what that's all about. Might be something I might take a look at and see if it's something that I can accomplish one of these days.
Yeah, for sure.
Because why not?
They just upped the price of a bunch of food and they haven't updated it on the floor, so it's been real fun. Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
Well, they should update it on the floor then. Like,
right?
that probably needs to happen. I made that mistake one time when I was working for Arby's.
I need this back on.
We had this deal where you could get sliders for $1 or something like that. And the promotion ended, but we had these table toppers, and I forgot to take them off. And
oh boy,
I had a customer come up and say like that they wanted to order a bunch of them and they wanted them at $1 because it said that on the table.
Right.
And I was like, nah, you know.
Right, nah.
I was like,
nah, I'm a chill.
I was like, my bad, you know, like I didn't say it like this, but I was like, we just forgot to pull those off, but we're not running that anymore. But my manager got really mad at me. She was like, no, you should have given it to him.
Wow. Yeah. They try to be fair with the people, with the promotions. It's like, if they see a promotion, for the most part, like I think any decent company will do that for their customers. They'll at least try to, like, if they do make a mistake and, like, a promotion is, like, visible, they'll try to make that available for the customer. And then, just mark it down anyways, or... Because they did that all the time at Fry's. So, like, if you see something is on sale and the sale thing is up, like the sale sticker is there, you take it to the register, you're guaranteed the sale. They cannot argue with you because it's against their policies, their company policies for customer service.
We've been updating a bunch of stuff, but we can't seem to catch up. Yeah, I just honor it. I honor whatever price or promotion is still up, even if it's not supposed to be. Yeah, I think you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, you're supposed to just honor it. I mean, for most companies. I think the only companies that don't really do that are probably not really well established and maybe just like smaller, privately owned things where the owner just decided that that's how they want to run their stuff.
To me, it comes down to can the company afford it? Like,
right.
If you definitely should be eating the cost of something small, you know what I mean? Like, if you make enough money to do that, then you should do it.
Yeah.
That's all.
I
if
agree.
You're a small business that's struggling and you need every dollar, and somebody's trying to pull something ridiculous on you, well, that might be a little different. But
yeah,
if you're a large corporation, a large company, that's why you have such a big enterprise, such a big empire of stores, is to make sure that you have that stuff dialed in. And if you don't, then you should have to pay the people or give them that money of, the difference of whatever's on the sticker.
Yeah, I agree. I agree there. I mean, even for me, like, I've been able to eat the cost of some things. Getting lost in the mail, and even if it's just, it's not my fault, but it's just a circumstantial thing, I still would have to eat the cost of it. Mostly that's because of Etsy and their policies, but it's something that I think that I personally would do anyways if I can. It's something that I'm gonna do. But I have heard of a lot of like Etsy people not wanting to do that and being like really, really against it, but maybe they are kind of struggling in what they do.
They probably get taken advantage of.
They probably do.
I think, like when you look at your shop, you've gone and taken tons of time to make terms and conditions that cover you and a customer, in any situation. And
yes.
I think that a lot of people don't do that, and so their quick and easy defense against it is to just say
no.
Yeah.
To just say no.
Right. But it's not the right solution long term.
I agree. I think that definitely...
If it's in writing, it's different, right? If you want to if you want to have a return policy that doesn't allow certain things to be brought back or certain prices to be, you need to have it in writing. And once you do that, you're fine.
Exactly.
Once you've been transparent and you've let your customers know exactly what's going to happen during this purchase, you're good.
Having policies is so important. It's like people who try to scam, from what I've noticed, are good about actually looking at the policies. So I noticed that I only ever really got into those types of situations when I didn't have solid policies. So you really need to have those. You need to have solid policies or scammers will be predatory toward you. Keto, you're so funny. You're so funny, husband. I don't know how I feel about this gemstone and how it's coming along.
I feel like it depends on what they sent out too. So if someone sent out a painting that's taken days and days, yeah, that makes sense. Like, you know, at that point you really probably want to ensure the package and...
Yes, it's important to ensure.
And I would definitely have some sort of policy on a custom piece of artwork saying that, you know, A, insurance is required, and B, you know, this is it.
Yeah, if it gets lost in mail, unfortunately, the only thing you'll get is potentially monetary compensation for your for the lost thing. And then you can't just reship a painting that's a one-of-a-kind piece.
And some law's not going to be able to take an L on something like that either. I mean, it takes so much time. You know, you have to protect yourself. It takes, I mean, forget days. It takes, I mean, if you put it into 8-hour shifts, you do 3 hours a stream, you do 2 streams a week, that's 6 hours. Over the course of a month, you're at like 20 some hours, 24 hours. I mean, it's a lot.
No, I mean, usually they take me about 72 to 80 hours, just depending on the...
It's about 2 weeks worth of work.
Yeah. It's about a couple weeks, if I'm going like straight full time, Exactly. Make a full-time job, 2 weeks of work.
It's a lot.
I mean, granted, I'm not hardworking all the time. I am kind of like, you know, just chit-chatting and kind of walking around and stuff. If I really sat down and buckled down and timed myself, I'd probably do a little bit better, but...
Yeah, but I mean, like, you know, how realistic is it that you're going to be able to sit here for 8 hours and actually have the ability to continue to create? I mean, maybe. I don't know if you got in some serious flow state, perhaps. I can't even do my actual job for 8 hours straight without losing focus.
Right. It's, I need to bring that up a bit, but I kind of messed that up. Oh, well.
I can't believe we've been here for almost 3 hours now. That's...
Yeah, I'm surprised you stuck it out.
I know. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
It's amazing to me that I did stay up.
It's amazing to me, too.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. I am impressed with you.
It's a lot easier when the conversations are going, you know. The past times I've been on, I've been fortunate enough to talk to people, so it makes, you know, makes it really fun.
It definitely helps.
Yeah, you got some people in the chat going.
In the chat.
It makes the time go quick for sure.
It does, yeah, it definitely helps. I feel like it's interesting listening to you talk. I need to actually get kind of used to that, because I'm like getting into like this weird, I'm not even really in the flow state, I think, or maybe I am, but I'm kind of dilly-dallying a lot. I'm not really doing exactly what I need to do, and I'm not visualizing what I need to visualize the way that I want to. So I think I'm just really tired, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, and plus the camera, there's a lot of interruptions with trying to get that set up.
There were so many interruptions this time
was
around.
I mean, it's still a lot of
There are a lot of distractions.
And I'm sitting here talking nonstop as well, so that doesn't help.
It's interesting too, because it's like you'll read the questions, and then it's like normally when I'm in the groove, I'm looking, and I'm the one looking at all of the interactions and things that are going on. But then I hear you, and then I hear you talk, and then you're taking care of it, you're talking, you're engaging. And I'm just like, yeah, let me just try to fix this thing I messed up over and over and over and over. And it's like, it's so weird. I don't know, I'm just kind of in a different state of mind right now. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think looking away is actually helpful though, because then I can do something like this. My battery's actually about to die too, and we've only got like 3 minutes left, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. So how's this doing? Okay, good. So our hand cam saved the day.
That thing has got. I would just make that the default freaking.
Yeah.
Make the
real.
GoPro the freaking hand cam or whatever.
Oh,
Been demoted
yeah.
to hand cam.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right.
Demotion.
I don't want you to be right on this, but you totally are. Yeah, I think pretty much. I think I pretty much need to do that. It sucks, but yeah, I did like the GoPro, but that's okay. My phone does a pretty good job. The only thing I worry about is like wearing down my phone's abilities by overusing it that way. The saturation is super different for each camera, which is interesting. Yeah, so the reason is because of filters. There's no filter applied to this one. And then there is a filter applied to the, it's so funny, the main camera in the center, which it's going to point at both of them, but they're just going to do it at times. The one in the center has no like kind of like a saturation and like a brightness and contrast filter, and those filters just kind of help you see it like the way that it actually kind of more or less is. You see it better in the corner, but the middle camera just doesn't have that. So I just kind of put it on there. It doesn't have that. It's kind of at a weird angle. The lighting is different in that spot. Yeah, you'll see it a whole lot better in the corner as far as the saturation and stuff goes, but yeah. Oh well, I think I'll have it more ready next time. Okay, you guys, let's see if we can raid somebody. What are you thinking? Let's check. Let us check Twitch. I don't know who all is here or if anybody is up for raiding. But I think it might be a good way to end the night if anybody that we know is on. Anybody that we are familiar with.
The panty raid.
The panty raid, yes.
Good old
Of course.
SpongeBob.
Of course, the panty raid.
SpongeBob SquarePants did it.
Yeah.
SpongeBob made me do it.
Oh, that show. It's so funny. It's so funny that he goes into his mom's house.
Yeah.
That was
Krabs is a freak for sure.
totally appropriate. So it looks like we've got Procure Meal. So we can procure meal. We can raid possibly
Krabs.
procure meal. Who's ready for a raid? I sure am, and I'm ready for sleep. What about you guys? All right. Have a super good night, everybody. I'll catch you next week.
See you
I'll be
later.
back on Thursday. Yeah.